tall, so not the biggest barbarian, but I'm jacked.
To hair braids. Let's if we put it in two braids and then we wrapped it around and then we gave on the flowers sticking together. And then what if we did this? Oh,
May I have another drink, please?
Yes, you may, Andy Koso.
Put your hands up, it's better!
No. Syria, roll me a constitution, saving throw. Yes, you, I'm gonna fight you.
He's sort of you guys know who I am, right?
Yeah. Goggles.
You're
Dr.
Mole?
Robot. Dr. Robot.
What do you do?
Take a moment to try to stop laughing.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one.
Why not? It worked again.
Hating on Batman.
I don't hate Batman, for the record. I hate the fandom of Batman.
Oh, cool. Okay,
That's the
that's
issue.
way more people.
It is. It's
To
a
hate.
lot of, like, actual human beings.
Were you gonna
You need to rub this crap off your neck and not smell like me, or I will fail. Just start rubbing his neck and just getting like.
I am fairly certain it doesn't matter what I smell like at this point.
To a feline, you have wolf's piss on you.
I'm just gonna point at my feline eyes.
I have some kind
You've just tuned in. We had the brilliant idea while we were fishing at the Dark Moon Festival.
Oh, jeez.
To do a dungeon with fishing poles equipped. Because why not? And so we drank all of the alcohol in our bags, and we equipped our fishing poles and our aquatic pets, and we went to do a dungeon.
I feel like I need to put it up. So this was the end of our epic tale. What holds for next week as the heroes set sail? We may find more family, we may find where things start. All we know is to follow our heart. So our heroes set forth to pillage and to plunder in the magical continent of wonder. We have one more question. I hope to not blunder. Question for you, dear friends. Do you wonder? Thank you, guys. Indigo Connect.
Sit back, dear friends, and hear the tale, when fairies flew and ships did sail. You know the stories often told, of Peter Pan, both brave and bold, of Tinker Bell, clever and smart, of evil men born black of heart, adventure and treasure buried in sand, time held its breath in Neverland. But darkness fell on the island fair, a sickness rose of no compare. Each creature and plant fell one by one, no respite found for anyone. So the island died, its people scattered, those left behind broken and battered. Years went by, no end in sight. Then through the darkness came new light. The island breathes and life returns. Within our heroes a fire burns. The drive to find those who are lost, to build a home at any cost. Join pixies, skeletons, a mermaid or two, healers, never boys, and lost boys too. They're here each week, new stories told. So pull up a chair and never grow old.
Hi! Hi, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Chameleon. It is Friday night. It's time for a little Dungeons and Dragons here at Indigo Chameleon Studios. Thank you, Maysay, for tossing a coin through your DM and for
There you go.
Oh, look at that. And everybody that was hanging out backstage with us, Meowed at T.E. Graves, Wolf Garin D&D. Wait a minute. We've got some oh-so-familiar faces. We've got some brand new faces sitting and joining us in Neverland. Hi. And we're going to talk about that right now. But first, we've got a few announcements. Yeah, come hang out with us on the Discord. We'd love to have you hang out with us and chat with us when there's not shows going on. You can find a good majority of the cast, and there's all sorts of fun channels. There's an inspiration channel and a meme channel and all sorts of cool stuff that you can find there on the Discord. We love that. Miss Audie, 7 months. Oh my God, I didn't get you anything. I'm going to get you an adventure. Wolf, welcome to the madness, as May say.
Thank you.
So, we've got a Discord. We've also got a store where you can buy the coolest merch that features Karma. Oh, nice mug. Nice mug. So they've got T-shirts and things like that. So nice mug as well, but just not as nice as yours. So thank you so much for everybody that buys items and supports the brand and the shows that we all love to do. We also have an online store. Tonight's item that's up for grabs is a fire egg. An egg in a small hut in the middle of the woods that has been...
That's crazy. Where did that come from?
My brain. So that is in Dimitri's online store currently. If you're on desktop and you scroll down just a little bit from this main screen, you'll see the live exchange where Dimitri sells items to up your digital avatar to make them stronger, faster, better than most people, just because you have more things.
Lord Dimitri.
Yes, it is Lord Dimitri. Thank you for the correction. He has trouble getting used to it. I have made the request to be Duke. Fingers crossed. So yeah.
Dimitri.
So,
I love alliteration.
Duke Dimitri. This has a nice ring, including these rings. We've got a busy schedule this week, kiddos. We've got lots
This is great because y'all took to the break last week.
Wow. Attacked, but not really, because we still had shows where other people did not. We tried to keep things going a little bit, but this next week is jam-packed to make up for any time that we might have missed. Monday, it's going to be a one-shot set in Neverland. We're going to try to get some stuff going for that. Tuesday, we have a return to Wonderland. We finally get to go back and see what's happened with some of these characters and meet some brand new characters and continue the story that was started almost a year ago to the day.
January 22nd.
January 22nd. So with season 2 kicking off, we are so excited to be able to share that. I've been working with these characters in the story that is to come with Queen Faith and all of these side characters that you've come to know and love. I'm very excited to tell. So tune in for that on Tuesday. On Thursday, we go back to the Lost Isle, where we conclude the epic The Future is Bright saga. I was supposed to be only 3 parts, but now it's 4, and I love every minute of it. Taking place in the future, this was my foyer into the future side of D&D, which I really had a blast with, and I think I have to continue in some way. So
he put the thing in his eye.
Mike, one of our players, decided to best fight the boss. He was going to remove his own eye and replace it with a robotic one. Players go hard on the Lost Isle. It would be like the equivalent of like chopping your own hand off.
That's crazy. Who would do that?
No.
Well, Brent, you snag the fire egg. Congrats, buddy. Go ahead and level her up one more extra level.
Someone clip that.
Yes.
There you go. Icky, thank you so much. Icky's like, yeah, we do go hard. So that's going on Thursday, and then we cycle back around to Friday, where we head back to Neverland. First off, I want to thank our 2 newbie players to Neverland for stepping up and joining us this evening. Thank you, Cass. And thank you, Wolf Grin, for coming all this way and joining us here in the studios. Oh, yes.
He walked all the way down here.
He walked all the way down here.
It was quite the commute.
It was a long trip, but we are very happy to have you.
And it got warmer the farther I went.
What is that meme that's floating around? There's nothing like the humidity the minute you step out the front doors of the Orlando airport. Like
it's real.
whether you're coming home or
Oh, my gills are back. Huh.
Yeah.
You feel the gills grow back.
All right, heroes. Once upon a time, in Neverland, you had found yourselves in this small cottage tucked away in the back of the forest. This was the home of an older woman who worked together closely with the Neverboys. This older woman is abrasive and loud and mean and grumpy, but she knows her stuff. She understands magic on a fundamental level, and she worked with the Neverboys, the group of girls who live on the outskirts of the forest and work in Neverland to learn the ways of magic and the way that the plants can be used for them. It turns out, unfortunately, as the group had made their way to the small cottage, that they were there too late, as they stumbled upon two assassins that had been sent to gather information or a recipe that allowed them to see things a little bit differently. They finally were able to piece together the events that happened. Hey, Alkalu Spender. Hey, 12 for 10 cents. They were able to piece together what had happened. They questioned one of the assassins, and through some clever interrogation, including killing him and then bringing him back to life, and then killing him again when he didn't answer questions.
It's crazy. Who would do
that?
that?
And it was the little girl that did that. After a couple of that happening, he managed to share all the information that he had to share and left. They met a new friend that came in for a brief episode that wound up going back home to stay with his parents. And he was a good boy. And Clip, for the very first time, after you killed one of the assassins, raised her first zombie up out of the ground.
Congratulations, first
to
birthday.
join them.
Your
So,
mom.
all of that being said, Mom,
Congratulations, stillborn.
And then I
killed
it.
The chat is sending all sorts of love your way, Wolfgren. I hope you can see that.
Oh, no, I haven't.
All of that being...
We're gonna get along great.
All of that being said, the group is once again able to put together this recipe that was set up and it created an egg. This egg that was then placed in a small little cauldron over the fire, and Icky, wait, Clip is a druid? When did that happen?
Surprise!
You missed one episode.
Maybe watched.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
And Wolf, you have a +5 from Certifiable Scribe as a welcome.
So any roll you want to make, any roll you can add a +5 to it. So now we find ourselves in the morning. There is a small there's a small pot with a curled up heiress outside of it who is just sort of curled up, hugging the pot close to her. As you all wake up, you can mark down a long rest.
Thank God.
You cool.
Much better.
We're going back to...
All of you are awakened to the someone opening the front door of the cottage. What does this person look like?
So she's Tabaxi.
Okay.
She's about, I want to say like 5'1",
Okay.
brownish, orange speckles, and she is very short and very sensitive about it. So anyone that says anything, be
Write this down,
prepared.
write this down.
This is the wrong group for
This is the wrong group. That's perfect, though.
How tall?
5'1".
Oh my God,
You're
she's
taller
a
than me.
giant.
She is a giant.
Well,
I'm 7 foot.
to other people, she's pretty small.
So, Karina, you walk into this space, and as you do, you see a group of individuals all sort of sleeping on the floor, but as you open the door, all of them are sort of woken up. It's not the person you expected to see in this space, but they all sort of like look up at you.
Excuse me? What are you all doing in here?
The egg's ours. Leave us alone.
Hi.
Hi.
I like your fur.
Thanks. Where is she?
She?
Yeah. The woman who lives in here?
Do you know her
dead.
name?
We've really got to work on your bedside manner.
Eliza.
Eliza.
Immediately looks in the pot.
Oh, you're back!
Yeah, as she
You've really got to stop sleeping during combat. This is like twice now.
Hi! Hi, you were a plant.
Oh, is that what this is for?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh. No, you were because you were.
I was in here?
You were
I was
that? I don't know
was
how
me?
it works. You were a plant, and now you're holding a plant. I'm not sure how it works.
I'm trying to become a plant again because I think it's cool.
Can I touch your fur?
You don't, but I do need you, because the chat has granted you a potion, I need you to roll a d100 for me.
Lovely.
Please.
Man,
Let's go!
it's going to really bite when you're here.
32.
And turn into a
32.
pot of
You put the pot on your head, and you're like, maybe if I put it on my head and I think planted thoughts. And you put the pot on your head, and sure enough, you feel a little surge of wild magic as you place this pot atop your head, and you're like, oh no, it's happening again. But you do not, in fact, turn into a plant again. Instead, instead, a small potion appears where in the pot, and you take the pot off of your head, and inside is this. It is a potion that has little flecks in it.
Okay.
You don't know what the potion does, unfortunately, but it is a gold potion with little blue flecks floating around in this gold liquid.
Interesting.
Yep.
Crazy.
Well, I'm not a plant, but I found a thing in pocket.
Yep, you've got
In
it.
pocket.
You've got it in your hand. I am going to, was plant, now caught holding pot.
Technically correct.
The pot of pot holding?
Oh, no.
Give me a perception check or
It's,
an investigation check as you sort
never
of
mind.
just start
You're doing that.
walking. Yeah.
Okay. Perception or investigation.
Indigo Gma, the nameless one in the corner, is that Wolf hiding?
17.
17. You guys watch as Karina, you go about the space and you're sort of looking around, and there was a struggle here. Like there was a struggle. Like you're just looking about the space, and now you're probably a little bit on edge. I imagine you would grab a weapon or something. As you're looking at this group, there was a struggle that happened here.
Is she still communicating with me? Because I put the ring in the pot. Can she still talk to me?
How close are you to the pot?
Well, I put the ring in the pot and then
You
took
did?
the egg out of the pot.
Okay.
So am I holding the egg? Who's holding the egg right now?
The egg is still in the pot.
I will pick up the egg from the pot.
Okay. Roll a
Is this the same
Constitution
pot, or is this a
saving
different
throw.
pot?
Oh, no.
Yes, that was a 19 plus something.
Okay, the egg was still in the pot all night over the fire.
Ow, 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 ow.
So you will take that damage on this. As a child, you just grabbed the hot thing.
Ow.
You take 3 points of fire damage,
The
and
egg
then
is
put
lava.
the egg back
Oh,
down.
honey, no. let's wait for the fire to be done. Take it off the fire.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, dude,
I'm
he's
actually
not here.
moving around the space. I'm like kind of moving, so I'm always like in front of the group, like in between the group and her, because she has a hand on a weapon, and I don't like that.
I have made my way to the door and standing in front of it, just kicking back.
I will mage hand the egg.
Okay.
Just to hold it.
The egg comes out. You see this pot over the fireplace, like this sort of cast iron, and a small egg is floated out of it. I say small; it's about this big, but it's got red sort of cracks up it, almost like there's like lava or something going up the sides of the egg. You can actually see a picture of it in Dimitri's online store. But this egg is sort of floating in the space.
She was a plant. There's an egg. I think I've gathered that she's not here. I just want to know what's going on.
She died. Don't worry, we beat up the guys that killed her really bad.
I was a plant the whole time. I would just like to put that on for the record. Does the plant know what happened at the D&D
The plant,
explain?
the plant was there.
Cool.
The plant understood everything that happened.
Cool.
But out of a plant.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Cactus spine shaped frivolously.
You wander over to this egg floating in the space, because as she says she died, all of their eyes start darting over to this small spot of this egg floating in the air.
So what's with the egg?
What's with you?
She's missing, and you're all in her house.
The last people that came here killed her.
I didn't know that.
Technically, it wasn't the last people because that would be us. The people before us.
The people before us that came here killed her.
Listen, Shorty, okay? I gotta deal with this right now, and your attitude isn't helping me.
How would I know that you weren't coming
Walk
here to
in
kill
front
her?
of her, being 7 foot tall.
Okay, I understand this, but there is a child in an argument with a cat. Are you really going to walk in
No,
front
watch
of
this out. Watch this out. This is going to be great.
You do not have the strength that you had anymore.
I'm still a Goliath.
We should still add the skeleton to this. That'd be great.
The small child that you're yelling at is backed up by a 7 foot tall woman who's just like, yo.
How do you know her?
She's your grandma.
She's my grandma.
Oh, wait, but she wasn't.
Furry?
Was she Patsy?
Wow, no, but that's not how things have to work.
I was like, can I say that? Like,
So come on, we have a tiefling that was a fairy, and I'm a skeleton. Anything can
I'm
happen.
just saying you don't look anything like her. How do I know that you're
And she
telling
was
the
also a
truth and not
plant.
lying? Lots
yeah,
of
that's
people
actually a
also
good
lie.
question. How would they know that I'm not lying?
It's true.
We're gonna roll with sides.
Yeah, I got no proof. She's my girl.
She's my grandma.
Okay.
We don't roll an insight. She's telling the truth.
I don't have documentation. There's no blood test to prove it. Like, I can't find her, so.
Yeah. Your eyes dart over towards where this egg is, and I think instinctively you put a hand up, and a little paw up.
Sorry, I love it.
And
No,
mystically,
go,
I have an idea.
Go ahead.
Now, okay, so you gave her a different name. I know her as Sage. Is that she was just the Sage to me? Like, that's how I knew her as? Okay. All right, then, Sage, are you still there?
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, I want to touch the egg. I know it's probably still hot, but I'm going to do that thing where you, like, touch something that's hot and see if it's cooled down enough to not burn myself again.
Yes, it's cool.
Are you still there? Wait, okay.
Yeah, what?
Okay, I was just checking to see if it works like this now.
Yes, it works like this. Why wouldn't it work like
Can
this?
you see? Can you see through the egg?
Can I see through the egg?
Yeah, like, can you see what's around us?
Let me check. You are standing there looking like a moron. Yes, I can see through the egg.
Thanks, Grandma.
Is that your
I'm glad you agree.
Is that your granddaughter?
What? My granddaughters here. Have a touch the egg.
Touch the egg.
I'm gonna come up with something.
Karina!
Hello.
This is going to be hard to understand, but I have died.
I kind of just gotta take your word for it at this point. You died, and now what?
You're hearing my voice through an egg, dear.
Please
I
don't tell her.
died.
Please don't tell her we
Now,
buried her. Please don't tell her we buried her.
this is where the bad news comes in. I had a pact with the Lost Boys and the Never Boys and a bunch of other different organizations. And the minute I died, whoops-a-doodle, that pact is absolved. This area is smack dab in the middle of lands belonging to all of them. So in a few minutes, or probably less, there's going to be a bit of a mad scramble. Because I'm an egg. It's a mad scramble. God, your father didn't have a sense of humor either. It's fine.
The joke went way over my head.
However, what that means is they're going to be coming for this. Everything in the cabin they're going to try to get. And with that, all of you hear a doom, 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 doom.
We're not home.
Let us in.
The lettuce is outside.
Is there anything important we should get before we get out of here?
As you touch the egg, she's like, do not let them get me. I need a few more hours of incubation, and then I will be ready to go. But you cannot let them hold on to me.
Do you need to go back in the pot then?
No, don't put me back in the pot. I can be better with you, see you out here.
I didn't know
I
how
can
long
give you
you had to
sage advice.
incubate.
You just need to shut up and let me do the talking.
Okay, so we just need to defend this place.
Oh my
so
god,
we-
hand me to my
okay.
granddaughter, please.
Thank you.
Oh my
The rest of
god.
us are just sitting here in silence, just sipping tea.
You're just talking to the egg.
With that, there is another knock, pounding on the door.
We're busy.
I'm right next to the door.
You're right next to the door.
I'd like to look out the window to see who it might be, very sneakily.
Good evening.
There are.
Very sneakily.
There are.
It's the meme with the pirate.
1,
Chance.
2, 3, 4, 5 boys out there. All of the boys are gathered at the door with this one particular boy that looks dirty and beat, like he's just covered in mud and caked in dirt and things like this. And he's standing at the door, and the other 4 standing behind him have this small figure tied up by the hands with a bag over their face. And this form is struggling a little bit.
Do I recognize any of them?
You recognize all of them. These are Lost Boys. But not only that, but everyone realizes for the first time that there are 2 people missing from this room. That Des Baha'i and Slowpoke are not in the building.
Oh, it was quiet. One time it's quiet. People go missing.
And you're confused by this because the group outside is Slowpoke's group. It's the monster hunters. It's the slayers. Like, it's the group of Lost Boys that would go and hunt the big baddies that were out there. But their whole, you don't know who the little thing is in their hand because this little thing has a little dress that's that's draping down to the ground a little bit. Like, you can see, and you hear this little tiny voice of like, "Let me go! Let me go!" Like, and they're holding her there.
I can spook them.
They have somebody trapped. We need to get them out of here and rescue her.
What do we need to do?
Ideas?
I go back to I spook them.
Does the door open out or in?
Door opens in.
Is there a chimney? Oh, there is a chimney because the pot was in the chimney and it was
There
all.
is a chimney.
Is the fire still lit?
The fire is long since not lit.
Okay. Because I still have that. Okay. Ooh, it's touch. Okay, so if you guys could distract, I could fly out there and get her to fly.
You walked in the front door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're gonna walk in the front door. No one locked the door.
I'm just next to the door.
Sure. The door starts to open a little bit.
I just turn around. You just walk into places now?
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it, bonehead?
Shove this so far up you can't reach anymore?
I'd like to see you try.
As soon as he says that, I'm gonna use Gust and close the door.
Okay.
And slam it shut.
As he's like, I'd like to see you BAM!
So close.
You did that.
Well, yeah, but now she's on the other side of the door.
But you're gonna go.
How old do these Lost Boys look?
Because they're gonna
8,
still.
9.
Okay, so I
10.
would feel bad for Punch though.
They're
I Punch like
gonna
a
be trained.
13-year-old.
Sure.
It's like punching a puppy.
Okay.
My
are
job
they
is-
still, are they standing out beside the door and they're still trying to get in? Like,
They're-
is she stuck in the back?
They're in a little.
Sassy.
They're in a little hood. Are you gonna stick your head out the window?
Well, I'm gonna. No, I'm not. I'm going to necklace, fly up the chimney, and crawl down the roof and peek over the top. But I'm gonna be super stealthy about it.
Okay. 2 of those things you said aren't things that go together.
Well, no. Okay, fly up the chimney. Like, I don't know where the
You're gonna
angles of
reverse
roof
Santa
and
Claus
chimney,
it.
but blah, 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 and then crawl down the roof and kind of peek over the edge in the stealthiest way possible.
Got it. Yeah. Then I will say you activate your fly spell.
Okay.
There you go. That is on concentration now.
Yes.
So go ahead and give me a
Make her fly while
stealth
I'm
check.
That's right. Okay. That is a 16.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sending you who you recognize as you get past the door and who you hear in the bag.
I thought that when we use the necklace, it's concentration.
Yes, yeah.
But
You
are you on
hear this person who I just texted you.
Okay.
The boys are all gathered in a little hood. You don't know what to do. You're
Okay.
holding the egg.
Do I know this? Yeah, I would know this person, wouldn't I?
You do.
Okay.
You're holding onto the egg, and you're just hearing Grandma being like, "Go find a bag or something. Go to my room, under the bed. Grab a bag. Put me in the bag."
Okay, I'm gonna listen to her.
Hmm?
I'm gonna listen to her and go.
Yeah. Yes, you are gonna listen to me. Go right now.
I'm going. Jeez.
All right.
Oh, hag.
I'm going. God, even as an egg, Grandma's annoying.
Okay.
More annoying.
Then
now.
here's what I'll do.
Looks like she's might have gotten a little.
As the boys are clumped up, they look like they're in a huddle. They've got their hands outreached. That's when you see the first assassin from the tree line.
They're back?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them wearing the same clothes. The one you let loose, the one you let go, and 3 others. Right now they're coming out of the tree line and they see the boys. They're not being stealthy about it. They're just walking straight up to the house.
Okay.
This is what we get for being merciful to anyone.
I told you, kill him, keep him dead.
I'm
No.
gonna fly down and land in front of him like this.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, listen,
They all like turn around and like look over at you.
I don't know why you're here, but unless you know those guys and they're your friends, then we're gonna have to work together on this.
Fine.
And then we'll deal with this later.
I open the door and just peek my head like this.
Who are you?
Kids. Nobody. It's fine.
It's a dumb name.
Yeah, I know.
Think plant thoughts. Think
Why
plant thoughts.
don't you take your little one back then? We don't need her anymore. And they push her towards you.
So many small jokes.
Wait a minute.
The
Welcome to
bag,
Neverland.
the
It's
bag
full
is
of
taken
children.
off of her head, and who do they see?
Is that to me?
Yeah, that's to you.
You see a,
Oh my
a tiny girl about 4'6", with blonde, dirty, flaxen hair. She's wearing a vest that has a camouflage design on it,
Don't you
and
do this
carrying
to me.
a shield. It's a bronze-colored shield with a purple emblem on it that looks much like a chameleon. She has a slingshot sticking out of her back pocket, and
Gonna use these tears for later.
she Thistle.
Yeah.
It took you long enough.
Well, I didn't know that you were there. If I'd known, I would have come after you.
Well, what's going on? You need to let me know what's happening right now.
Well, it looks like there are 4 guys that killed the person that was in this cottage, and it looks like they're coming back.
Do I have all my equipment with me?
You have all of your equipment with you. You guys hear Thistle, and you have the bag there, and she's like, "We're blood, so it shouldn't be an issue. This is turning into Poopy. This is Poop Town. We are all males of Poop Town, and we all get a sash because this is how bad this is turning. Go under my bed. There is a small lockbox. You're going to grab a red jewel that's inside of a lockbox. It's invisible. You'll have to get the entire lockbox out, just feel around for it, and get the jewel, and walk right out the front door, smash it on the ground.
The box is invisible?
The box is invisible. Open the invisible box, get the jewel out,
Jeez,
smash
okay,
it on the
oh my
ground.
God.
Where your father.
Do I recognize the Lost Boys?
You recognize all of them.
Do I know which one's the leader?
You
at
do.
this point?
The leader's name is Toss.
I walk up to Toss, and I say, "You do that again," and I kick him.
Yeah.
And
Give me an attack roll at
Special
advantage,
bits.
because I don't think Toss is anticipating this.
When I open the door to look out, do
Yeah.
I see the assassins as well?
You do. The assassins are now standing stock still.
This is this is what I do.
The gentleman that was there
Has to be
before
hard. I don't think
is
so.
standing there. Joining this person are 2 individuals that are twins, or they look exactly alike. They have blonde hair that's tied up, and they would have normally the look of an Aasimar, but that ain't light coming out of their eyes. It's little like flecks of darkness and stuff like that. So it's 2 twins.
So it's the 4
standing off to
assassins and
side.
2 twins.
4 assassins, 2 of them are twins.
Oh, so okay.
One of them's the one
So
we
I,
let go.
so I turn around because they can't see.
Mm-hmm.
We have company and we got some troubles.
Real bad.
I walk out the
Yes.
door.
Yep. All the groups start heading outside the door. What was your attack roll?
12.
12. You connect. You know they run a lot of damage, big guy.
I wasn't expecting to, but he's. I've got the look on my face right now that.
Toss takes out both dagger. He goes like this, and a dagger shoots out this hand, and a dagger shoots out this hand.
Do I see this?
You do. As
Gust.
Huh?
Gust straight backwards.
Yeah.
This is my new favorite thing.
You're
I'm
killing
so
my
happy.
Nat 1.
You're killing my
And
intimidation.
it's just backwards. And if you do this again, you're gonna blow twice as far, buddy.
You're right.
All of the groups are outside, and it's this odd three-way stare down. The only one that's not there, it's the assassins are standing there, and you see the gentleman that you let go, but standing at the front of the assassins group is a person with feminine features. She's completely bald. She's got tattoos of flowers that start at the crown of her head and drift to every available part of her. She is missing sleeves. She's wearing like a uniform akin to this group, but as she looks, her skin is this odd like browns and greens. You would recognize her to be an Earth Genasi.
Oh.
And as she stands there, she's just sort of like looking at the group and letting the people that are fighting fight.
Oh, so she doesn't look like she's part of the Assassin's group.
No, she is.
She's part of
She's
the
at the
Very
front of
much
them.
is.
The two twins are flanking her, and the one that you let go is standing behind her, arms crossed, just nothing but eyes for the group.
How close is Thistle to me right now?
Thistle? Thistle's right at your side. I think Eris right behind that she just like gusted this kid.
Which I have no idea. My kick is what sent Toss.
Yeah, absolutely.
I lean over my shoulder and go, okay, what's the play? What's going on here?
And I look over the Lost Boys to the leader guy, Toss, and I'm like, are you guys scared, or are you guys going to help us with this?
Her house is in our territory.
We'll talk about her house later. There's 4 other people who want her house.
I beg to differ. The woman looks over at the rest of you and takes her first step forward.
How far away are they?
I would say you are in this small group.
Mhm.
This other group's 15 feet away, and she is 15 feet away.
Oh, the triad.
She looks at you all and says, Sage did not belong to a group. So by the laws of Neverland, that this is, how do I explain it so that you too would understand? This is finders keepers, losers weepers.
And which we've already found, loser.
Technically, we were here first.
Doesn't matter. Who's here now?
We killed her. We were here first.
And then we found it. Loser.
We are going to need a mediator, apparently, because I'm not relinquishing my claim. I don't assume that the boys are relinquishing theirs, and whatever this is, I imagine that you all are staying put, correct?
Correct.
We're not going anywhere.
At this point, Karina comes outside. You see this group, the group that you just met, sort of all standing there. New little girl at the ready. She's holding a shield, and occasionally like, the shield's too big for her, and it just hits the ground, and she just lowers to like be with the shield. But her arms are looking a little beefier than last time.
Yeah.
For a week or so,
Yeah,
like
it
she's
is.
been
This has gotten hench,
lifting.
man.
So you see this group all standing out there.
So I'm gonna do what Grant said. And I'm gonna take it.
With that, weapons are drawn. I think all the other two groups, you guys do what you want. The Lost Boys, everybody's drawn.
Oh, no.
Daggers are out. Bows and arrows are out. You see one kid that's in the back, and he just starts casting, and you see these dark tentacle rise up like behind him and stuff like that, and just sort of like wave in the air. Like the assassins, one of the twins goes ethereal, and the other twin just sort of stands there at this like smashing of the ground. This crystal explodes. As the crystal explodes, you feel almost this inhale as the pressure in the glade changes. And standing before you is a purple-skinned, yellow-eyed, long tail swishing back and forth,
It's my husband.
sharp teeth, three-piece suit,
Oh yeah, I know. I'm in good graces with him. We're good.
as
Yeah.
Dole stands in the clearing. Well, hey, gang. Where's your grandma?
She's like dead.
She's like dead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Kinda.
And he looks at the group, and he looks at the other group, and he looks at you guys, and then he turns back, and he walks to the center of the field. He's like, I hate her so much. Y'all need mediation, don't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
All right. Y'all fighting for the space, right?
Sure.
Everybody claims that they got here first?
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. Who do we got? And you see Toss walk forward. He's like, we're here. Hunters are here for the Lost Boys. We got here first. And then the woman steps forward and she goes, the Long Sleep claims this spot. We got here first.
How about her family claims this spot?
All right.
We totally got her first.
And he sort of looks at all of y'all and he's like, all of y'all are together. This is one group?
Yes.
Where's the... Hey. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, y'all are all claiming that you got here first. The winner of this here arbitration is going to be the one that gets full claim over the house, full claim of the items inside of it, and anything else that y'all seem to be holding that came from the house. Because there is a dispute, I need to know what y'all are going to wager of your person.
You mean like if we lose, we have to give something up?
Yeah, it can be gold, can be magical items, can be years. It's up to y'all.
Wait, how do we decide? Do we fight? What are we supposed to be doing here?
Well,
Hey, Doll.
yeah,
Remember? Did you get any new visitors at Water Park?
I got a few.
Got a few. I'll put that goal. We'll put that goal as our bet.
How about we do it after the arbitration?
No, that's what we want to put as our wager.
Really?
Yeah.
The what?
All right. Current wager is 500 gold pieces, set forth by the family of Sage. And the Lost Boys look up and they're like, we don't have 500 gold pieces.
Yeah, it looks like you don't get it.
Hang on. Toss grabs this kid and he's like, Linus, how much we got? And Linus is like, we don't have 500 gold pieces. And he's like, why don't you give him the map? Linus is like, I'm not giving him the map. If Peter finds out that we gave away the map, he's like, give him the map. And Linus reaches into his back pocket, takes out a map, and throws it down on the ground. He's like, that's worth 500 gold pieces. It's supposed to lead you to one...
Insight.
Okay. Give me an insight check.
Well, that's 11.
I want something shiny.
He holds it, he's telling the truth. I mean, he's like, this is supposed to lead to some sort of treasure.
Would Daisy recognize this map?
You can go over and unfold it if you want to.
I think we need to make sure that this is actual value.
Shut up, Neverboy.
Let's let the mediator decide. That's what he's here for.
Persuasion. Why don't we let this strong man decide?
Well, we brought him
No.
here for a reason, so let him be the one to see if it's worth it.
Yep.
Oh, persuasion?
Yeah.
26.
He gives you a small wink and goes over and unfolds the map. And he looks over at you, and I need you to give me insight check, buddy. And everybody that's around this area, give me insight check. He looks at the map, he looks specifically at Cal, and then he does something real quick because he can't be found out. This is an insight check.
17.
17. Anybody above a 16?
17.
20.
20.
Not now.
20 nat.
20 nat.
Ooh.
His eyes flick down to your side,
Okay.
where the bits of the sword are.
I just got chills.
And he goes, yeah, I think this map will do it. What about you, sleepers? And she shakes her head, and she reaches behind her, and she takes a sack that she keeps at her side out, and she takes, she looks at the 500 gold pieces and pours out a bunch. She takes the bag and upends it. As she does, one of the other assassins comes forward and holds out a bag, and you just see gold pouring out of the bag. Pouring. It's a show. It's a show for you guys. As she just makes eye contact with each and every one of you, just shaking out this like never-ending bag. And as right before it starts trickling dry, she takes her hand out and you see coins fall into it, and it's platinum pieces. And she counts out 50 or so, and she puts them down on the table, puts it down in this pile in the middle of the floor. She goes, okay, so here's the deal. The terms have been set. There's 3 of y'all. So you have a couple of choices. Okay? One of y'all gets to pick the game. But the other 2 will get advantage.
Before we agree, Dol, would you make sure that that's correct and that's real?
Yeah. And Dole walks over to it and he picks up a silver piece, and as he flicks it, he takes the coin and he flips it up in the air. And as the coin flips up into the air, you see the coin like shimmer for a second, disappear out of the air, and then reappear. And Dole catches it in his fingers and twirls it.
I think it's good.
And flips it back on the pile. He's like, it's platinum.
Can't be too careful.
No, I get it.
But the other 2, the other 2 will get an advantage in the game. Does anyone volunteer?
Well, they said over there it was keep away.
Who are you pointing at?
To the long sleep.
The long sleep?
Yeah, they were the ones that it's keep away.
Yeah.
So.
The long sleep like turns their head. If this was a Telltale game, this is they will remember this. Like the long sleep turns and says, "Yes, we volunteer the game. The game is keep away. From here till sundown. Whoever has, I don't know, maybe what's in her bag. Whoever has that at the end of the day wins the house and any of the items from it."
Are we allowed to kill anyone?
I'm not normally part of this group.
I have to exercise a certain amount of
That
control.
is a very good question.
The fact that they're children means nothing to me.
I think all of the eyes are just sort of like scoping out the group until she says that, and everyone just does a.
These rules usually mean there are no rules, so yeah.
It's a valid question.
Last man standing. Come on.
He goes, okay.
I mean, to be fair, I already killed
Sure.
one person today.
That's fair.
Last-
I mean, they killed her. Like it's
So
fair.
much for no
Last
Not those.
man or
And I point at the
girl-
kids.
But
those go for it.
But they're squishy.
The Lost Boys look at you and they're like, you know that's not how things work, right?
Yeah, they'd kill you without.
They're not going to show you any mercy just because they're boys.
Actually, no. You know what? Never mind. She's right. Kids are off limits.
I didn't say knock them. I didn't say don't knock them out. I said don't kill them.
You guys see Dole put his hands up and he goes, "We're not killing anybody. It's an arbitration. Anybody that gets taken out is going to end up right back here in the house. You'll be unconscious until the game's over. Do you understand?"
Sounds good.
I've set parameters in the forest, and you see his eyes sort of dart about the space as the area still maintains the sort of weather. You don't see anything change, but he just sort of 1, 2, 3, 4 looks about the space. He's like, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of time since they chose the game. And the long sleep, like kind of, the 2 of y'all are gonna get some time to situate yourselves, hold up, or send a couple people out, whatever y'all want to do. You just got to last from now till sunup, which is about 9 hours. Or sundown, which is about 9 hours. Any questions? Last one, hold them. Let's open the bag. Last one holding that weird egg.
Daisy's gonna peek in the bag too.
Yeah.
It is weird.
It's the winner. Y'all are getting 10 minutes. A word before y'all leave. And he pulls you over to the side.
Doesn't count to our 10 minutes, does it?
Doesn't count.
Cool.
And he pulls you over to the side and he goes, you two stretch. And he points over at Toss, and Toss comes over and he goes, ma'am. And the woman will walk forward, the Earth Genasi. She pulls the three of you aside, and very loudly, so as the rest of the group can hear this, but close enough so that you know that this conversation is here. He goes, now listen, there are ways to cheat the system with most arbitrators, but not with me, because I invented this game. Hell, I invented all games. It's part of my domain, you see. So if any of y'all try any funny business, you try to cheat these people, you try to break the rules, the limited ones that I have set forth for all of y'all, I've got a place I'm going to send you that no amount of clapping will bring you back from. Do you all understand?
I learned last time we did this.
All right. Good luck. You're going to need it. And he moves away, and as he does, you see him walk over to the front porch, grab a faded rocking chair, set it in front of the pile, and as he does, he points up towards the sky, and floating above him in this small clearing is an hourglass that just very slowly tips over. Sand starts to pour out of the hourglass, and you guys know that the timer is set. You guys have 10 minutes to make your way into the forest or set up wherever you want to set up. After that, the game starts.
Game's on.
The game is keep away. There are no rules to keep away. There is an item. The item, I will say this, for the purpose of this game, is indestructible. You cannot break this egg. Cool. The minute it was chosen as the item, it became indestructible. There is no, like, I'm going to shatter this, I'm going to break it, and then hide the pieces, and then nobody can... No. This item is an item, and you will always know, no matter where you are on the field, where the egg is. You will always know where the egg is.
Do we start with the egg in our
Meaning
possession?
they also know where the egg is.
That means they also know where the egg is. However, if the egg is moving, you do not know where the egg is.
Only when it's stationary.
Do you understand me?
Yes.
If the egg is stationary for more than a couple of seconds, you know exactly where this thing is. Okay? Keep away is, once the egg is taken from someone, who's ever holding it, okay, they get a 1 minute grace period. They get 1 minute where you can't take it back from them. It's kind of like tag, okay? Where you get 1 minute where it's no tag backs for that 1 minute. If she grabs the egg, you guys can't grab it from her, the other team can't grab it from her. This does not count within team structure. So if Thistle grabs it and she wants to hand it off to Clip and she wants to hand it off to Eris,
that minute.
You got that minute to switch it around, pass it off, and it does not matter who on the team has it. But after that minute, any team can grab it.
Is it still in the bag, or is it just like freehanding the
It is up to you.
Clarification. I shouldn't clarify this because this is a cheat.
Clarify.
But still, but it's 1 minute with this team, right? It's not.
It's 1 minute with this team.
Theoretically, we could just pass it in circles once a minute.
It's 1 minute with this team.
Right. Okay. Got
Once it transfers hand to another team, they get the minute, and then
Daisy
we can
is with you guys. Daisy is there. Karina, and I will go ahead and open up your. Here, let's do this. There we go. Daisy is on the overlay now. She is up. There's only one person on this earth that I would trust to play Daisy, other than myself.
What is Daisy?
What is Daisy?
Daisy started off as a fighter.
Uh-huh.
Daisy has become a...
She is a guardian. A paladin.
Daisy is the smallest guardian. She has become a paladin of Neverland, and under the tutelage of Trinket and her dad, she is now the smallest guardian that Neverland has ever met.
She reaches up to her left breast and pulls with it. Almost sounds like Velcro. And there's a indigo chameleon that's on.
Yeah, she's got Daisy's just so you guys know, Daisy's rocking clothing and stuff that you have never ever seen before, because her dad has access to clothing and stuff that no one has ever seen before. Pax is from the present day, so she's wearing camo. She's got cool stuff. She's probably got some light up kicks. Like she's great. Okay. Any other questions about the game before we get started?
I think we're good.
I'm so glad there's a rogue.
Thank God there's a rogue.
Thank God there's a rogue.
Sorry.
We don't have reliable
All right.
talent yet, but
Go. You got 10 minutes. Where does the group go? What does the group do? Do you set
Do we
up
want
a
to fortify
home
a
base?
spot, or do we want to keep moving?
Let's create as much distance as possible so that we can talk away from them.
Okay. What is your movement speed? What's
30,
I just need
all around.
the smallest amount because you're good because
Any
that
under
is
I think everyone's 30. Anyone under 30?
30.
Go.
Okay. You guys start moving off into the forest. As you do, you see the long sleep sort of tracking you guys, looking. They're not casting or anything, but they're just staring at you. The Lost Boys run into the house.
I cast Pass Without Trace.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
So here's the deal. You may go stealthily at a certain point. I'm going to wait for you to tell me that you're doing that because your movement speed is halved at that point. And if you're making stealth checks, I need to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we ready for it yet? Or?
I have an idea.
We have 10 minutes, so let's
get
in
ready
the
to
10
go.
minutes as soon as we're like out of earshot of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are walking. I'm going to say, who here has the highest intelligence? Who's got a 16 and up?
I don't think anyone's got 16.
12. Who's got a 15?
13.
13?
14.
14?
I
Daisy's
got
going to
14, yeah.
Two of you are going to be timekeepers then, because nobody has. Daisy's got a little watch.
Okay.
Nice. Little Dora the Explorer watch.
A
Yes,
little
it
Dora
is.
the Explorer watch. So Daisy's on it. So Daisy's going to be your official timekeeper.
Love that.
You have 10 minutes. Okay.
You see her.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Just kind of following the group,
We
holding
just
the
need to
egg.
keep
I'm gonna be like, Hag, did you hear all that?
But it's gonna be hard to.
You
It's
could-
gonna be hard to run for 9 hours.
Where did we settle on Hag? Can we settle on Jima?
Gigi?
No, because you're rude. I
Mom?
don't want to call you anything but Hag.
If we have an emergency, I can summon an animal that can go
Okay,
with
well,
it.
We should get the high ground though. Like that
can we
would be-
summon a boat or make a boat? Because the thing is, there's got to be rivers around here, and I can use a locate object, and I know the area. If we could get on a river, we can defend on the water, and we keep moving, and we're not tiring ourselves out.
Do we have is there a perimeter, or can we look anywhere?
It's a perimeter.
He set up a perimeter.
Okay.
You don't know
When the perimeter ends.
where the perimeter
Okay,
ends,
yeah.
when it ends, what is going on.
Suddenly we will hit a wall, and we cannot go further.
particularly like water. We could possibly avoid a boat. You know, I'd
You
settle
can
for
guard
up a
from the
tree.
land.
I have the egg.
Yeah,
And it's not going anywhere.
to be fair, she does have the egg. It is her grandma. Like,
Wait. Your grandma's an egg?
For
Wow.
now, she's.
well,
a
grandma
long
really is
story.
making flowers
It's kinda
somewhere.
like
but
she's a
that's
ghost
somewhere
in the
else.
We need to decide
Ghost
if
in
we're
the
going
shell.
to keep moving or are we fortifying a spot.
I'm gonna go ahead and summon Nene,
Nene?
my warhorse.
I think we should move.
You had that.
I think we should move for now, but if we run across a spot that looks like we can defend it really, really well, then we could always stop there.
Okay.
And also, and I know this is last case scenario, if it gets taken, we just have to end with it. If it gets taken, all is not lost. We just have to end with it. So do not get yourself killed or knocked out if it means we
With
lose the egg.
Daisy's knowledge of the island, is there anywhere that would jump out to her as a safe place to hide, as a safe
So,
place to go?
purposely, when we were establishing the mythos surrounding the Hag, this was sort of a place for her, and like you guys could visit, but she knew this area really well. Like the rest of the island, not so much. Give me a, buddy, I don't even know what this would be. I could be persuaded for history or nature or perhaps like just intelligence. If you want to do that,
It's
survival.
all- how about survival? I'll take a survival.
Take a survival check as we
Conveniently, yes.
And that's a 16 plus 5, 21 on survival.
21. This area, is it's a little swampy. Okay, so you've got lots of trees and stuff like that you could find there. There are some rivers that sort of move about the space. With a 21, I'm going to give you a bonus. Okay, there are creatures, bad creatures, awful things that don't like running water. So this smart lady put her house in the middle of running water on all sides of her. You don't know how it is. Like, it's like this woman knew that her property, there are lots of creatures that their magic gets displaced if they go over running water because it grounds magic to the ground. Like, and so around her, there's a river that goes this way, and then you gotta hop off, and then there's another, there's a little trek, and then there's another river that goes this way, and then the river, it's just surrounding her are little bits of running water.
You had to do water, you and boats and water and all this junk and the swamp.
We're on an island.
Daisy's scanning the horizon at this point. Like, she's sort of looking around and looking for different things and doing some of the tricks.
Yeah, I want to ask your grandma. I was just asking her, and then she got mad about calling her a hag. So, like, I was like, "What do you think we should do?"
I have an idea.
Hang on, Eris.
I want to fly up, and see if I can see slowly up to the perimeters.
You say fly up.
Mm-hmm.
How far up are you flying?
I want to get to the tops of the trees first.
You don't see anything.
Nothing.
Nope. You're at the very top of the tree.
Someone get ready to catch her.
Yep.
I want to go up and just with my arm.
There
up.
is a tug, as if somebody's taken a string and they're
right
tugging
at the top of the tree.
like past, like there's the top of the tree. The minute you go past it, there's like a little tug, and you realize that there's like, I don't know, it's like it's a little tiny net that you could push through if you wanted to.
How many trampoline netting? Like, you're just
trampoline netting, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of give. Like,
How many feet is that?
I would say 60.
Perfect. Oh, that's just too perfect.
Is
Thank
it?
you so much.
Okay.
It is for me.
Terrified what you're thinking
About 60 feet. And
Out of my
you,
heights.
do you keep going? Do you push past the? Okay.
Nope, I go right straight back down.
You don't like heights.
No, I like heights. I'll deal with heights.
You like heights.
Yes.
How long has
it been? Heights are fine.
You can stay with us.
It's been 5 minutes. 5 minutes of searching around. But I'm imagining that you guys have not stopped moving during this time.
These rivers that are all around her, are they kind of in a circle around this area?
They are exactly in a circle because.
I have an idea, but you are gonna hate it. But it could work. It's an idea. Okay, so you can turn into other animals, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you can like summon like a horse.
I got my horse. Right. Nay.
Okay. So have any of you ever done a relay race before, where you have to like pass the baton?
Yes.
Person to person. I have. Okay. So here's the idea. You become a water animal. And but one that can also go on the land too, so you can crawl across the land.
But we needed a platypus.
But so the egg gets passed around like a relay and keeps moving and keeps moving and keeps moving because you can help it transport across the land, so they can't track the egg. But meanwhile, we trick them by finding a place that we can fortify, and we pretend like we have the egg. So meanwhile, they'll be attacking us, but all the time the egg is safe if you guys can just keep it going. But you can't do that for 9 hours. That's not
I can do it for
Another
6
problem,
hours.
how are we going to tell each other if someone else loves the egg?
I love the thought of this going down this major breakdown plan and going,
have-
never mind.
Oh my God. Don't we have shell phones? Is that us?
Shell phones?
From the mermaids?
No.
Which game is that?
That's
Sorry.
That's Wonder.
Wonder, never mind.
Dawn has a shell phone. That doesn't help. Anyways,
I can do that for 6 hours, and then I can conjure
How
woodland
many-
beings for 3 hours.
how many Lost Boys were there?
4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Toss, Bobby, Linus, Derek, and Francis.
So we've outnumbered all of the groups no matter what.
I'd rather not
advantage.
split us up that way.
No,
we're
we're splitting up.
outnumbered.
If we find a place to fortify and then just knock everyone out that comes to get the egg,
I like this one.
I get
I'm
to
really liking
hit
this one.
them, and then And is there any way that
We
I can
can-
put something on the end of my like arrows that would be just like a ball?
We
so
can-
I don't actually.
Put
have to
a
kill
boxing
them.
glove
We
in
can
here.
put the egg in like the
Like if it
middle
was like
of
a
us,
little training thing,
and I
it would
can
be
cast snare.
But it's if anybody.
So if it comes in a 5-foot radius of it that's not us, it'll catch them.
Right.
Wait.
But we have to make sure that we can hold out, that we have enough magic to hold out for 9
But do
hours.
we
of
understand
this.
that if somebody dies, they don't really die? They're
They
just
become
Yeah.
unconscious.
So we
Explain
know
that.
this. We have no guilt about
Right.
killing people.
He said I couldn't kill anyone.
If you kill them, if you knock them unconscious, or kill them, they head back to the cabin
Right.
and they are kept there in stasis. They are just out of the
I
game.
mean, she didn't want me to hurt them. I mean, I feel like just keeping the balls on there for significant.
I've given you a
Ignore the big
lifeguard.
lady.
You will not kill anybody. Go.
Oh,
hard.
heck
Go
yeah!
full.
Oh, I don't have
Well,
savage attacks,
even
but
for
like
9
get ready.
hours,
We're having
someone
fun.
could take a rest every once in a while and start rebuilding things.
Yeah, someone could just sit with the egg while everyone defends and we'll rotate.
Well, and
But we also have to keep moving.
That's keep moving.
gosh,
so
I
they don't see it.
have this friend that used to be able to make like this tiny hut. It was this really useful thing. I wish I could do that.
I got the adventurer's bag of resting.
No one in the party can do that.
You made sure.
I did.
We do have
And
that.
just in case any of you jerks snuck that spell in, I made the event 9 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's a hut lasts
8
hours. But what if the hut doesn't go away?
Shut up, Ryan.
All right, so is that plan B? We just
Cal's
go ahead
died.
and
So why don't we find the river and just get as close to it as possible and just go around in a circle?
and then we can scope out a really good place that we can fortify. We just go around at once looking for the best place.
Because then we're still moving. We're not going in the water. We're getting close to it. So in case there is anybody who needs to go in the water,
So do you like ever even drink water?
You can
or
go in the
anything?
water.
Don't you like drink water?
Yeah, no, I can drink water. I just don't want to be submerged in moving water.
we'll make sure it doesn't happen.
Last time I
to
touched
you.
moving water,
And
I lost my
Daisy's
hand.
thinking, how can I?
2 minutes, Daisy.
I'm totally gonna splash her.
Yeah, we are.
So let's head
We
towards
got
the
2
water.
minutes, guys.
Okay.
I don't have rabies yet, but I could.
That's a sentence.
Let's head towards the water and let's like
rabies?
around.
And just around
How big
on
a
the
horse
side.
is your horse?
I bet, it doesn't say.
How big is How big is Nate?
Sari.
How big is your horse?
Oh, I can fly.
Yeah.
You can
So,
fly.
You can
so
fly. You can fly. You can
I,
fly. I can.
I also let everyone know that it's 60 feet up, just so you're aware.
Cool.
That's where the
Done.
perimeter is.
I
Bless
mean-
you, child.
There's your horse.
I can
There's my
summon. If I'm reading this right, I can summon 8 riding horses
For how long?
for an hour, but
Well, I got Nene, so we're good with that.
We need 7 horses then.
So you were asking how big it was?
Yeah, like how many of us can get on that horse as we're riding around?
1 minute.
Yeah.
We're going towards the water, right?
Yeah.
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 You guys.
Just making sure that we are
Yeah, yeah.
established where we're going.
After about a minute and a half of traveling, you make your way. You're making your way over towards where the water is, and then you hear. You just hear an air horn. You just hear this like from back in the distance from where you guys have found yourselves. It takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of exploring and stuff like that. Hillary, because it was 12 for 10 cents, I'm going to give you your shriek of randomly rolling stuff. This potion, I would say it takes you a little bit of time as you're examining it while you're walking and talking and stuff like that. This potion will cover someone's body in feathers. Cover their body in feathers, allowing them to fly like a bird for an hour, which could be very useful in the situation.
Absolutely good.
Okay, so be aware of that. The
Okay.
little flecks are little flecks of feather. Like,
Oh, that's
like-
interesting. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How fast?
For the
How
war
fast
horse,
is her war horse
60 feet.
Yeah. 60, that's right. I need to put that in here.
Okay.
All right,
I
so
just
your
want
horse can go super, super fast.
Mm-hmm.
He's a large beast. How many of us can fit on him?
Who? I'd say, depending on the person, kid,
I wouldn't need it.
Skeleton.
kid skeleton, or kid cat.
Okay, so
or,
three of
or
us can
clip
fit on
kid.
the horse.
Clip kid.
Well, because he can move 60 feet. He can move faster. So, but I bet you could change into something that can
Speedy.
move fast too. Something that can move just as fast as a giant horse.
I can.
Like a cheetah fish.
And that way we can cover ground to explore this area a lot faster and find the best place that we can kind of make camp.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Could you do that?
Yeah.
And that way most of them aren't going to be able to catch us if we're moving like that fast.
I want to reiterate this. Do not risk yourself getting knocked out if we still have time left. Once we hit that last hour, it's going for broke. But if we still have 5 or 6 hours left, do not get yourself knocked out. Rather run away and regroup.
Okay.
I will, with Warhorse, I'll use Wild to turn to a Warhorse as well.
Okay. What is the challenge rating of animals that you can turn into?
While this is going on, Daisy's keeping an eye out on the surroundings. And
Daisy, give me a perception check.
I got nothing.
Woo!
That's a nat 20.
Hey! Daisy's on the ball today.
We are nat 20 versus nat 20, so I'm going to need modifier versus modifier.
Unfortunately, it's 22.
Okay. You don't say anything.
Oh, goodness.
But I do have my slingshot.
The challenge rating, you're probably fine. Challenge rating for a Warhorse is 1/2.
Yeah, so at 4th level, my max is
Yeah.
1/2. So I can turn to a Warhorse.
Okay. Cool. Then you are up. You're a warhorse.
All right.
Cool.
So of course, like.
So you guys are by the water.
So,
there are 2 warhorses.
Staying by the water, and looking constantly for any sort of place that could be fortified.
We're moving now.
The plan is moving, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna fly 20 feet above them to help get it like vantage
20
on.
feet up. Okay, you guys start moving.
And right above them, constantly.
You're right above them.
Daisy's riding backwards on the
Can you
warhorse,
fly
so
60
looking
feet?
behind
Yes.
her.
Okay. You're on the back of the warhorse and you're kind of looking around. You're scoping out the area. Does Karina like ride a warhorse?
Gets her out of the water.
It's gonna be a lot slower if I don't, but I don't wanna.
You're
It's up to you.
right?
Live your truth.
Do I have to
Are
use
you a
animal
sissy?
handling to ride the horse?
What are you, a sissy?
I'm a
I
person.
think it's
Okay,
gonna be.
I have an idea. If you don't want to ride on the Warhorse, she could just carry you.
We gotta go.
She
Okay.
flies
We gots to
flies
go.
fast,
Oh,
right?
oh no.
She's big, right?
I am, but I don't
Bigger
I'm
than
not
her.
very
What's your
strong.
strength?
Garbage.
That would be 8.
This pot's really heavy.
Yeah.
Iris, put down
Do
the
we have
pot.
to be running? Like, can we go at 30 feet? 30
strength
feet
is
per?
No, we're doing 60 on
We're
the
doing
warhorse.
60.
I know, but do I have to?
Go
ride
Yeah,
the
you know
horse?
what? Actually, if the horse just maintains its movement speed, and you dash constantly, then you are going 60 feet. So the
She's on
horse
all
is
fours.
the horse is moving at a trot, but you are just like all right, it's cardio day. Like, it's like
Are you
you
gonna
can't
take
do this for 9 hours. You're
Yeah,
gonna
I don't
have to
think
take
I'll
some
have
potty breaks and some food and stuff like that. But yeah, for the time being, I will let you dash. You are a feline. You are on all fours, just sort of like running and dashing and forth. And I would say, as a rogue, yeah, you can dash as a bonus action. So yeah,
Oh, there you go,
you can
snap.
keep up with a warhorse like nobody's business. Like
Ah!
you are up there.
You're sure not, monk?
I'm good. No horses for me. Thanks. Like.
Even if you decided to dash on the warhorse, she could keep up.
So even if we're moving 120 feet on the Warhorse?
It's a
She can
bonus
dash
action.
as a
I can
bonus
double
action,
dash.
which is 60 feet, but she has her movement and her action. As long as she's not doing her action, she's moving 120 feet
Okay,
per
let's
round.
make those horses go faster then. 120 feet. Let's
For
just
why
really,
though?
really
Why?
look.
Why waste
Yeah, you're
the
right.
energy?
So you're gonna go
Oh,
at 120
That's right. We can't make
feet
perception
every
checks
6
while
seconds.
we're. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Okay.
So we need to because we need to look.
What are we looking for, gang? You guys are on the move, so that means they can stop tracking you.
Okay.
I am looking for specifically, I mean, they may look for other things, but I'm looking for a space that can be easily fortified. So like if there's a mountain area with like a cave nestled in, like something where we couldn't be snuck up on from behind, but we can see this area out. So that's what I'm looking for.
I'm just watching. I don't want to. I
I'm
want to be caught off
continuing
guard
to-
by anyone.
Who is looking for this place? And who is looking around your surroundings?
I'm
Surroundings.
I'm watching for
Surroundings.
everyone else.
As the Warhorse, I have my skills or the Warhorse's skills.
You
I don't know if it's
maintain
good.
your wisdom, your intelligence, and I think you take the strength and the dex of the. So it is the.
The strength of a horse. Ha!
So perception is wisdom.
Yeah.
And she's wisdom based anyway, she's druid.
Moving at a fast pace.
I think you're moving at a fast pace. I'm gonna give you a. Let's split the difference. Let's do a +2 to perception then.
Okay. I am
uh,
looking for people.
People. So the only people looking for a place to stay is Thistle. The only person looking for a place to stay.
If that's the plan, I'll
I
be
got
looking
nothing
for
to
a place
contribute
as
to this
well.
place, so I'll keep an eye out.
Thistle and Daisy give me perception checks to look for a place to stay. You guys scope out the area for.
Is it perception?
This is perception.
21. 19.
Okay, I put this one down and I was like, nope, I'm gonna roll your die, and I got a nat 20 on it.
All of yours
Yes.
are at advantage. You're
Huh?
up in the air.
We are?
Yours
You're
are
good, 'cause I
because you're
rolled
20
a
feet
three.
under.
Are you kidding me?
What?
Both 7.
Would you like to do a Surge of Wild Magic? And
I
roll
would.
that?
84.
84 on perception? That's amazing. What was your re-roll?
Oh, reroll.
on?
That's Wild Surge.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Well, that's 14.
Okay.
So better, but
Much
still,
better.
still
Much
garbage.
better. But still a piece of garbage. What's up? My name's
I love the
Adam.
chorus of garbage.
I'm 17.
And I never learned to read.
I never learned how to read. 84 on the wild magic table.
It really sucks to get 3 spell right now.
You're away from everybody, right?
I'm 20 feet up.
Okay, give me a D10, please.
Who is she above?
10.
She's above the group.
I'm saying like anybody in particular.
We're in
that she-
flying V formation,
You're
except
in
ground
flying
V.
V. Let me make sure it's just a 10.
Oh my god, let's go Attack on Titan formation.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh god, okay, that's an awful one.
Yay!
You're flying, and then you're like, oh, come on. And you like concentrate, and your vision sharpens for a second, and you're able to sort of scope out the distance. Everybody, first off, we'll handle it like this. Nat 20, you guys are scoping around, You find an area where the water dips underneath the ground, like the river stops being topside and goes underground. And you stop, you kind of look at it, and you come back, and you realize, wait, she wanted a circular thing. Like, this water there's a cavern or something. Like, this thing's going to empty out into a place that's underground where the only entrance is going to be, like, going underwater. Like this is completely fortified. Like, so that's what happens. Perceptions for scoping out for people.
21.
14.
14.
Oh, I had 19, sorry.
19? Okay. My 14s, you see behind everybody a lost boy. You don't know how. You're not sure how it's possible. But this kid is booking. Like, this kid is booking it. And he is catching up with you guys. And you don't know if it's like his cool slippies that he's wearing or what.
Does Lost Boy have Heelys?
But he's booking along with the group, and as he books along with the group, he casts something at Clip that Clip doesn't notice. It's like a little mark that appears like on her side. Okay, that's what you guys
It's his
notice.
favorite terrain.
My 2 high rollers, my 19. You see an assassin casually strolling out that's tracking the lost boy.
Oh.
Doesn't have eyes for you, just is tracking the lost boy, and it looks like they've got a longbow, and they're just kind of tracking him. They're standing completely still, moving with the kid as he goes like fast, like not too far away.
Was it? That was the 21 as well?
That's the 21 as well.
Cool.
And I saw what happened to Clip, correct?
Yep, you saw the Clip had a little mark. She's looking out at this area. She sees this, she turns around and sees the kid, and then her eyes dart over to where this assassin is kind of tracking like the kid.
I'd like to cast Dispel Magic on Clip.
You're gonna dispel the magic of the wild shape?
On whatever the
Oh, the hunter's mark. Interesting. What level do you cast that at?
That would be 3rd level.
In all of our years,
I'm very specific. I understand. I get it.
As all of our years of doing this,
Well, if Wild Shape can be
Dispel
dispelled
magic.
magic, sure Hunter's Mark
One
can.
creature, object, or magical effect within range.
Yeah.
Magical effect.
very easily,
Boom!
immediately that
Any
mark.
skill of 3rd level or lower
Yep,
ends.
hunter's mark. Boom,
Yeah.
that mark disappears.
Dab,
Bye. Now what happened to me?
You're like, haha, take that. As black tendrils shoot out from every direction that she is in, that Eris is in, and you see like 6 birds that are flying around just go and fall to the ground dead. It's boop, 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 boop. Like all 6 of them that happen to be in the trees that are around you just go like.
Are
and
they
like,
safe to eat?
Fall down. Boop, boop, boop.
We're running right now.
They hit the ground. They're all dead.
I mean, if they're in front of me, I can just snatch it by the neck and keep going.
Give me a dexterity check because you're like, thank you, God.
Why'd you kill those birds?
I didn't mean to.
Was there a black
13.
tentacle?
What?
13.
13? Yeah. You, you just go, you go like, wait.
Wait for it.
Wait. You grab this bird. You heal for 6 points of health.
Oh!
That's the amount of hit points that you did to these poor birds.
Oh, great.
As you,
Are those temp or
are
those temporary?
Nope.
No.
Those are just so if you're not down any hit points, you essentially turn into a walking avatar of death. You do necrotic damage to all these creatures, and then
Haters, black tentacle.
I'm
Great
glad
job.
I'm still flying in. Sorry.
that's on me. Hey, FML, welcome. So yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Don't
so
do that again.
I've seen this secret kind of water entrance into this place, right?
Yeah.
And we don't have a lot of time. So
We don't.
How close is this kid?
This
Oh, do it. Oh, God, do it.
this kid's close.
She doesn't know that it's there.
No, I knew.
She knows now.
She
Oh,
doesn't.
knows now. Okay,
Yeah.
Got it.
Do it.
30 feet. All of this is happening simultaneously.
Who's on me? That's a very important question.
It's just. Well, okay, yeah, because I guess
Daisy,
we would
Actually,
Jen too.
I'll say Daisy
and Thistle are on the same, and
Daisy and Thistle are on you, and I'll put Cal and
I'm
Corinne.
running.
Can I have my sword?
Cal,
so it's
you're
just
on the
Cal.
other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You actually don't need that other warhorse.
Yeah.
I'm
I
that
know.
big. I'm the big kitty red and red.
Yeah.
I really wanted to use
Just say
Nene.
jump.
Sorry.
I love how you were like, I'm wishing you into existence. Bye.
I think you can speak as. Can you not speak as Wild Chick?
I can't speak in wild Jane. I'm a horse. Can I? No.
No.
No. Cool.
You could just whinny angrily.
I'm really hoping that. Hold on. I'm going to stop real quick and back kick him.
Oh, boom!
Okay.
Use the momentum.
You're running.
Yeah, because she's holding the egg, so she's still moving.
You're running forward. Stop.
He's
Yes.
running real
Yes.
fast.
Let's roll.
Get him in the
Let's
head.
roll initiative
Oh my god.
to see if he stops first or you stop first.
What's a solid?
21.
Roll 3d8.
Yes!
Then
Here,
add
can I have
12.
you? Can I offer you 2 more?
Oh my gosh.
13 plus 12.
Okay.
25.
Thank you.
25.
25.
This kid's like, hey, what is it? Boom! Back kick to the head. This kid goes flying. As he goes flying, you see an arrow fly where the kid was standing and boom, like hit a tree.
How far is the assassin? From
The assassin at this point, with the arrow, everybody in the group turns to look at this assassin 30 feet away, and they immediately go invisible.
Cool.
And then I keep going.
I
Like,
gotta keep moving.
and we keep moving.
Keep it going. How far are we?
Poor
How far
kid.
away are we from this little water spot that we could have gone
Hang on,
into?
I got
So
it.
did I get a glimpse of this assassin?
Yes.
Can I take a shot in the dark at the assassin?
The one in the trees that's invisible?
The one that just went invisible.
Give me 2 attack rolls, or give me an attack roll at disadvantage.
I would like to.
You necrotic damage the birds. All of this is happening
Oh, while at the
simultaneously.
same time. Oh.
Like, yeah.
Well, it could have been a 26,
It could
but
have
instead it's a 12.
Arrow flies off into the darkness.
Actually, it would
So
be a
all
slingshot.
of this
I know.
happens like
Right, but I also don't know that there's an assassin.
Yeah.
Got it.
okay.
Wow.
How far away is this entrance?
You're
to
right
this
there.
underwater
You're getting
place?
inspiration.
Okay. I cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
And
Close line to kid.
just before I cast it, it's like, guys, through the water, and cast Path Without a Trace because I'm hoping they'll go, but I'm not gonna go through first until she goes because I don't trust her to go through.
Thistle is standing at this little area where like the river goes like you can see the river like flowing down. Like it's I think Goonies where like
Okay.
Thistle's standing at this little natural man-made water slide.
So she has stopped.
Thistle's jumped off the warhorse. She's cast Pass Without a Trace on everybody except Eris because Eris is 20 feet above the ground. But everybody stops and she goes, in the water. Go.
Daisy's going to wrap the cat up and take her into the water with her.
Swaddle the kitty.
Kitty.
I
know.
Are you letting her do this?
I'm gonna clutch the egg and be like, Hag, I love you, I hate you, I can't do this, and then go down.
Yeah. This is how I felt every day of your life. As our youngest son grabs the cat and wants to give the cat, just resigns himself. And you jump into the water. The water takes you underneath, and as it does, you find yourself going down this sort of natural man-made water slide. Then it evens out a little bit, and then you see a very, very strange sight. As this water evens out, there is a stone platform, like a stone cave, that you are able to walk across, and as the water flows to the end of this area, you see a moving vortex, a red portal of sorts. That is just going over and over and over,
No.
like as
There is
the
a
water
perimeter to this game.
as the water flows into it,
Not
almost
right
pulling the water towards it.
Not right now.
But you crawl over to the little
Not
cave
right
area.
I guess we have an
All right,
escape.
well, they're through.
Yeah, I drop
The
out
X
of
through. I'm in.
I just love the fact I'm hoping that
oh, no,
you
I'm not
drop
in yet.
out of it as you're
Sorry.
jumping in horse form. And then it just it's like
You're Maximus. You're sliding, you're doing your thing.
I can't go through till they go through because I've still got past.
No,
that
you're a
place, like, they have to be within
seahorse.
30 feet.
got it.
So I have to be
That was
last
funny.
or at least second to last.
Okay.
Fine,
Eris, you're
first
still in the air.
I'm coming back down.
Okay.
I wouldn't go till Eris went. Like, I'm very...
Okay. Everybody is
just want-
saying I can't go until this
No,
person
I'm
goes.
coming
like
back down, and I want to look.
somebody's
got to
go.
Yeah.
You're coming back
I'm
down.
coming back down. I'm looking out this way before I go back in, just so I can see who's coming and is aware that we're
Cal,
this
you've
way.
gone.
I'm gone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Thistle is waiting.
Yeah, because I've got
Clip
half
is
of that
waiting.
trace going.
Yeah.
I just
And
want a
Eris
perception
is
before I
waiting.
leave.
Okay, Eris, give me a perception check.
That's gonna be.
This is not
20
an advantage anymore
20 not
because you're not flying.
20 not now.
20 not now. Okay. In the area where you saw the assassin moving before, you see a flicker of movement, like a little bit of the tall grass or a little bit of the branches moving off to the side a little bit. But you don't see any person standing
Cool.
there.
I go straight in as soon as I
Okay.
see it.
In.
I take your hand and go with
cool.
you.
I swear.
Okay, let's do a 17 to hit.
Probably. Hang on.
Both of us?
No, just her.
No.
17.
Oh, wait, let me double check and make sure
Is
that
Shield
I
of
don't
Faith
have
not
something
on?
on that.
Is Shield of Faith still on?
Armor, Dex. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that hits. Yeah, I had not hit my Shield of Faith, which I should have, but that's okay.
That's okay. The arrow tags into your arm. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. Oh, good. 19.
You manage to fight back the poison that is trying to make you fall asleep as she grabs your arm and you jump into the river.
Okay.
Being put
Have
to
we been
sleep
doing this
first.
for an hour yet?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, once we get in wherever this place is, I'm casting Shield of Faith. Because that lasts for 8 hours. No, it's concentration.
No.
Crud.
Yes.
So I could lose it. Okay, then I'm not going to worry about it
All
right
right. You jump in the water. The same image is greeted to you. When what you see is you're in an underground cave. There is a large area that you could hang out in, almost like this circular cave. Think of it like a boat ride at an amusement park. Okay. Where you have this sort of alcove, but the water is flowing towards this red, flowing.
Okay, all I'm seeing is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
That's the perfect analogy for it. You guys are on this small stone alcove, all together as a party.
now. Small stone alcove, portal in the middle.
Portal.
The water is flowing. The alcove is off to the side. The water is flowing into the portal.
Into the portal. Got
It
it.
is constantly moving into the portal.
Cool.
We just can't let him get in the alcove.
Use a scritch. See where it goes.
Except Scritch is good at swimming.
Guys, it's the same
Then
river. It goes
do
around in a
that.
circle.
Right, I know, but I want to see how it
But
goes
you
on
can
the
change
outside.
it back into the
Let's focus on the task at hand at the moment.
Yeah, we don't have 30
Do you
minutes
wanna
to
make a
switch.
little
After these 9 hours, we can jump
can
in
make a
all the
little boat
portals you
for
like.
Or we have to take a leap of faith, and when we get surrounded, we gotta go.
Well, I mean, we're stuck here.
Or we
know
can
what
kick
to
him into
do.
the portal. I
For
mean, like that
now.
works.
Daisy's going to investigate what's on the other side of the portal.
Is
Is there
Did you
a way
not
to
just get
see?
shot with
Are
an
you
arrow?
gonna get in the water to do that?
Did I
No,
get-
I will not be getting into the water to do that, actually.
Did I get damage from that arrow? Like, I know I shook off the poison thing.
You
Did I
did
get
get damage
damage?
for that. Thank you.
Like, we're just gonna.
You're the kid that asked if homework was. I know, we collected.
I did my homework.
Do I notice there's an arrow in Thistle?
Yeah, she's like, yeah, we did it, guys. Oh crap! Like,
I took an arrow to the knee.
I took an arrow to the
seven piercing damage.
Everything is
hurt.
And hadn't you taken damage before? From the
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's only
she
3
took it
points. I'm down.
Downtown.
Daisy's going to walk over and put her hands on her, lay hands on her.
Daisy has never done this before. But Daisy's eyes go a bright golden color, the color of the Guardians, and as they do, you see a bit of magic flare around her, and you see little sparkles in the air, and as they do, your wound begins to close.
You have learned some new tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay.
Karina is PS. You're
everything covered in water?
And you are just.
I cast Gust.
Harmless.
It says harmless sensory.
You're gonna blow dry the cat?
It is blow drying the cat. It is harmless sensory.
I got good news and I got bad news.
It's not, but it's.
It does not
It
harm
doesn't
her.
push her.
It does not push you. The water is dry. Like, it is harmless and adorable.
You said you didn't like water.
But
so
if she gets
that
a-
fixes that.
But if she touches someone, does she get
You were
1d4
down
electric
7.
damage?
I was 10 plus 3, 10.
Yes!
No, you dropped taken
I will
it off.
give you
I would
this.
have taken it.
You have
all the
a
way.
static shock charge. For your next attack, you can add a d4 of
Can I
lightning
hurt her?
damage.
Would it be inappropriate? Since she got me into this?
Well, actually,
You're the one with the water.
Actually,
Good.
Daisy's the one that brought you
That's
in.
alright.
I'm just gonna
You
shock her.
take 3 points of
shocking
lightning
damage.
But you're so fluffy.
You got me into this.
You're so
I don't
fluffy.
like water. I am not
Can I touch your
fluffy.
fur?
No.
How
You're not in. You
big-
got no water anymore. I did it.
I was falling
Yeah.
into this. How big was the falling in? Like, is it how big's the entrance basically?
You barely fit in.
You barely fit in.
But you were the largest of all 3
You
groups.
barely fit in.
Yeah. I
Can
want to cast snare right at the entrance.
Okay, it's moving water.
Okay.
So you
but
could
like-
cast it on
Where
the
we
stone
fell.
outcropping. So you
What
guys
happened?
went down a water slide.
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to map this out.
Yeah,
for you
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
You went down this water slide, and if you had not crawled onto this rock outcropping,
You would've just kept going.
You just would have gone down, flowed with the water through the portal out. But instead, as the water's going this way, you went whoop into the stone
So
outcropping.
you need to do it on the ledge.
So the only way in is through the water slide. The only way out is
It's-
either up the water slide or through the portal.
or through the portal.
And the thought of going
Okay.
up the water slide.
It's kind of fun.
Would probably
Not gonna lie.
Where would you like to put the snare?
Right where we got off.
Got it.
So like it's a 5-foot radius.
5 foot radius.
So wherever someone most likely first get off.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna let you guys know that I put a snare here. Don't step here.
Daisy's going to make the rounds if anybody else is hurt or anything of that nature.
Nobody looks hurt.
But this is kind of her thing
Little
right
skeleton.
now.
She's into it.
She's little mommy.
Yeah.
It's not
I make-
concentration in the last 8 hours.
What's that?
I would
She's a
like to
human.
cast
She's a
detect
little
magic
girl.
on this
How big?
this
She is
portal.
4'6".
You're gonna
and weighs
spend
about
some time doing a ritual?
75 pounds.
Detect
Just
magic.
detect magic as a ritual, or just
First
detect
level.
magic, like spell?
Yeah, spell.
Okay.
First level.
Daisy
Yeah.
is.
Just so I can maybe have an
Canon.
idea what this thing does.
I love it.
It is. Haha.
I like this little human.
You like this little one? The cat cuddles up with the
one that puts you in the
little
water?
one.
Yeah.
She put me in the water.
Actually, I'm the one that grabbed you up.
Yep.
and dropped you.
Yeah, you put the blanket on me. That's fair.
You swaddled the cat.
It's heavy conjuration magic, but you've never seen anything like this before.
Okay.
This is like a different school of magic that were Daisy a full-fledged member of Indigo Chameleon would recognize as portal magic that only one other member of the Indigo Chameleon universe has really studied, and that's Nyx. So this particular brand of magic, it's portal. You realize that with detect magic, you're able to detect that. You scan the group, and as you turn about the space, you get a ping at the back of the cave.
Where? From where we came from?
Ledge, water, further back, which nobody has explored.
On the other side of the water, basically, is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Odd question. But this would be flavored. That's all I'm asking.
Not on the other side of the water, like where you're standing. This ledge.
On the other side of the ledge.
This area goes further back.
So we wouldn't have to enter water again
Nope.
in order
You
to
could
get
just
there.
go walk into the back of the dark cave.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's keep moving
is there
before
anyone to-
people know where we are.
Well, I think this is a good place to defend.
I mean, we could go back and see what's back there just to make sure nobody can get to us
Is
from back there.
pacing a good fair move?
Walk in circle. Walk in circle. Walk in circle.
My
I'm
eyes
just
are
gonna be
straight
pacing
on
already annoyed.
that
I don't
area.
like this.
Because there's also creatures.
Okay. That's just me. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
You're scaring me, man.
Stop. No.
Suddenly, ping, arrow.
But only one of us know about the peeing in the back of the
That's me.
cave right now.
That's
Yeah.
just Eris.
It's just us.
Are there any particularly dark spots in the cave?
Yeah. If
Where I
you
saw.
turn around completely and just keep walking, you'll hit a dark spot.
Speaking of, is there light? Is this portals give off
It
light?
gives off a faint light. This
And
is
so we're
dim
in
light
dim
in
light.
this cave.
Is it
I'm
pure
gonna
dark?
be stealthy.
As you get further back away from this portal, it does get pure dark.
Where I saw
Who has dark vision?
me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the magic 60
Yeah.
feet away from where I'm standing?
However, I can cast light.
You can cast light.
Yes.
It is? Then I can see it.
Okay. You see the faint outlines of a form chained to the wall.
Cool!
I'm ready to die. Let's go see what it is.
Okay, she's done.
Let's go see what it is.
Why don't you ask your
I'm
You
gonna
don't
hand
know it's there.
Yeah, you don't know what's there.
I'm
She
the
hasn't-
only one.
Hack, what's the deal with this cave?
Big red
So-
one and Goblin Cave are like, beware. Beware this magical lure in the back of the
Yep.
cave.
So I let them know
Okay.
there's something chained to the back of that cave, and it's probably not good.
I've killed things that haven't been
It is
chained.
magical.
Can you ask the
What's
lady?
the
What's the deal with the thingy in the cave, Gran? It's
Graham. She did say grandma. She didn't call her Hag.
I call her Gran.
Huh?
Yeah, you.
What?
God, what's the deal with the thing?
Did
in
you
the
in
cave?
yet? Where did you go?
We're in.
Describe everything.
How did they
We
get
went
it?
down a water slide. We're in a cavern.
You
There's
went
a
down the
portal.
water slide?
Yeah, that.
Oh, you
That-
found the portal.
Yeah.
This is ingenious, isn't it? I
Uh,
needed running water, so I just created my own river.
Wait, so the portal goes into your house?
No, why are you an idiot? The portal goes not too far away, but it creates a constant flow of water. It doesn't lead out to the ocean.
So we're still in the boundaries of the game?
Huh?
Have you been ejected from the game? Are any of you spontaneously on fire?
But that useful information aside, what's the thingy chained up in the back?
What are you talking about?
There's a thingy in the back.
What thingy in the back?
I don't know, it's magical, it's chained up, it's dark, I want to see it, but I don't know if I want to go near it.
I didn't chain anything up in the back. Granted, it's been some years since I put this portal up. God, I'm older than water. I don't know what's back there.
Why don't we all
I
just
cast
go?
light.
Just go in the portal.
No.
And I'm gonna start walking towards that thing because I only get a 20-foot radius of bright, and then an additional 20.
Daisy is keeping special watch on the entrance to the where the water's coming in.
As Thistle casts light, Daisy stays true and keeps an eye on where you guys came in. She's keeping a watch. Daisy sets up, and you hear Pax's voice in your head. And it's like, people are going to get distracted. You don't get distracted. You serve Indigo
Oh,
Chameleon.
yeah.
Alright? You are the last guardian.
And she steals herself.
You guys are paying attention to this thing in the back, and you just hear Daisy getting.
I'm not.
You're not? Are you
No.
are you sticking with Daisy?
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
16.
You see something weird.
Okay.
As Daisy sits there and looks at this, she's kind of like hearing a voice in the back of her head, and Daisy goes, and a little tiny bit of smoke comes out of her mouth.
Oh my God.
You don't know how it's possible.
That's awesome.
She's human, but she goes, and it's just a tiny, almost like it's cold outside, and you kind of do that little breath thing, but a little tiny wisp of smoke comes out of Daisy's mouth.
Can I just say, if you guys have not seen the initial show where Daisy was introduced,
Oh, we have.
It was.
We'll post a link.
back.
We'll post a, yeah, we'll post a link.
I was broken down on a monorail
Yeah.
watching it and crying.
Yeah.
Gobbly Cave and the Big Red One are cracking me up over here. Okay.
Let's just go look at it.
Light has been cast.
You can see it.
You, and you. The four of you head towards the back of the cave.
No.
No.
I am not going. I was just looking
One,
at
two,
it.
I'm going towards
three.
the back. I want to see what it is.
Are you staying up front with Grandma? Okay.
I will
You
walk
and
towards
you?
it to where I can see it.
Okay.
Like, not to it.
The bad idea team.
If
Let's
it's
go.
60 feet away, I'm
So-
walking 20 feet.
Curiosity
Where's
didn't kill the
Cliff
cat for
standing right
nothing.
I'm like, I'm right behind you.
Oh yeah, I
It's
told you how
Daisy.
far
It's
it is.
Daisy there. Clip behind. Eris is also up front with you guys. She's like, you guys have fun. The three of you are going up to the back of the
How
cave.
far is this?
60 feet.
60 feet, cool. So I could see, I could have saw it with dark vision for 60 feet.
You could have.
Didn't get a chance.
Yep. Okay.
Cool. Let's-
Chained to the wall is an unmoving body. The bones are clean. The faded black pants, sort of gone with time. There is a small bag next to the body. It's chained to the wall, and above the body are written the words, "Them that die be the lucky ones."
It's got to be written all over it.
I'm going to mage hand that bag.
Can I check for traps first, please?
Mage hand goes up. Both of you give me contested dex checks.
That was, oh my gosh, the same guy. It was a nat 20 on the same one.
I can't with 15, even with 14, with 19, I can't.
The mage hand flies forward towards the bag, and you hear, "I wouldn't do that."
Don't touch the bag. Who's saying that?
The skeleton picks his head up.
Oh, ha. Oh
Hi.
no.
I didn't know you were, alive. Because you didn't look it. I don't know. I don't just assume all skeletons are alive.
It's fair.
Who are you? Do you guys know each other? I mean, I shouldn't just assume that all skeletons know each
Again,
other. I know.
with the assumptions.
Well,
First,
skeletons-
cats and grandmas can't be together, and now all skeletons know each
Thank
other.
you.
I might have. I'm sorry, I don't recognize you without the skin on you.
I get it. Does the voice sound familiar?
Hmm?
Does the voice sound familiar?
His voice does not sound familiar.
Okay. So nothing immediately jogs.
My
And we're
name.
having the same fun at the same time.
My name is Edwin Reynolds.
Of course it is.
Are you a good skeleton or a bad skeleton?
You're a good one or a bad
Are
one?
you
He looks great! Stop!
Well, no, I mean, are you gonna try to kill us?
He stopped you from mage handing. If he
Okay,
didn't care, he would have just let you do it.
I don't know. A lot of skeletons are pirates, and pirates spend a lot of time trying to kill me. So,
Skeleton! Pirate! Eh.
not all skeletons are trying to kill me.
Well, thank you. Don't assume.
Would you mind?
Hmm?
Would you mind?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Listen, hey. You let that assassin go, you gave me this one.
Okay. But if he kills me, it's your fault.
Fair. Maybe he'll turn into a skeleton.
To be fair, didn't you guys say earlier that like the assassin came back to try and get you guys?
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe he'll turn me into a skeleton.
One of the chat is like, "Bad idea, squad, for the win."
Bad idea, team.
You can hear all this.
We
You're
can.
not looking at it. You're not paying attention to it.
I cast message to Cal.
Okay. What's the range on message?
60 feet.
120.
Okay.
We don't have time for this. This is not why we're here. We need to move. The egg is not moving. They know where it is.
Okay, tell Clip to. I can message back. Tell Clip to keep walking in circles. But hey. But think of it for a second. Two skeletons.
Don't I have the egg? Am I not?
Yeah.
You have the
Oh, excuse
egg.
me. Tell Cat.
You're
to
right
walk
next
this
to
way.
me.
I thought you said didn't. No,
Never
Cat
Bad
walked
idea
away.
squad was the three of us.
Oh, would you come with?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you did go?
I went.
Oh.
You were
Really
guarding.
bad
She
idea.
was
Yeah.
staying by
Got it.
Daisy. You were not going. You're like, I should.
You
Look
get
at it, but I'm
a
done.
you get a message. You get a message in your head that's like, do you tell her like you should walk around in
Yeah,
circles?
yeah.
And I'm pacing back and forth. I'm like, this is bad, but it's cool, and I'm gonna keep doing this.
She said that she's with them.
No, she changed her mind at the last minute. She was like, I'm not gonna do the cat. Curiosity didn't kill the cat. Like she changed her mind last second. You right? You
That's
followed
what I
that.
had thought.
Yeah, you said that you didn't
Yeah,
go.
that's fair. All right.
Okay.
No. Dude, I understood that you followed
But
with. Are you staying back or did you follow?
I followed.
Yeah, you followed.
Okay,
with.
cool.
All
I
right.
was bad idea squad all the way.
You were good.
Bad all these squad. Whoop.
Bad idea squad is the three of you.
Can I do a stealthy in like the dark side of the cave?
Yeah, give
she's
me a
pulling a-
stealth roll.
Why not? Why
pulling a
not?
crumb.
In case
Like,
somebody
"Ah."
rolls down the thing, it's a
Is the
14 plus 9.
plus
Is-
10 maybe?
yeah,
with
'cause
the,
his cat's without a
Passage
trace.
Without a trace is still active.
You're going to the back of the cave. Is that where you're going? Cool. You move away from the group, back of the cave, like back corner of it. Pass without a trace is still active.
This is 24 total.
24 total. You are
Plus 10 is
stealthy.
34.
You disappear from this group as you're walking along the back wall. As you get to the far corner, as you get to the far corner, you see about 100 feet away. This is a big kind of space that's kind of tucked away. 100 feet away from the group, you see another individual chained to the wall.
Can anyone hear me if I'm like, guys, like if I
Not
scream
100 feet
whisper?
away.
No.
Not stealthy.
Well,
You hear that? It's the flow of the winds. Yeah. If that's what's going on, he's gonna.
Give me a lockpick check.
I don't know how that works.
Pass without a trace only works if she stays within 30 feet of me. So she's more than 30
Still
feet
24.
away.
So the minute she moves away, making that stealth check, she gets less stuff. 24?
What? No. What? No. What is it? Like, what would I roll for that?
You're adding your thieves tools. So you have proficiency or expertise in thieves tools.
I do not.
Okay. So you may want to ask someone who does. Or
Where's the
ask
cat?
somebody that can break chains.
Where's
Or
the
ask
cat?
somebody that can...
Hey there, Willie.
Oh God!
She comes back.
Hey, you know how to like things, right?
Yeah.
Can you help him, buddy? Please.
He wants to release the skeleton. We don't really know him.
Says the one who released the assassin. Continuing.
I mean, it means very little, but like, will you not hurt me if I pick this lock?
Small rock. Just comes in the way you guys came in. Small, tiny rock.
Daisy's gonna actually. Who's within 30 feet of me?
It's us
We are.
three.
Those three.
I'm gonna cast aid. Temporary 5 hit points.
Boom! Nice.
I want to.
Does the skeleton promise not to hurt me?
The one by him?
Yeah.
Are you going to pick the lock?
If you promise not to hurt me,
I promise not to hurt you.
Insight.
there it is.
Give me an insight check. At disadvantage.
Because he's a skeleton, he can't. He's got a poker face. I know that. They both were garbage. 8.
He promises.
Promises.
I'm gonna try and pick the lock.
Roll a d20. Add your thieves' tools to it.
I don't know where to leave tool.
Roll a d20. You're going to add your dex to this.
Okay.
You're going to add proficiency to it.
16 plus 6.
Okay.
There. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The manacles fly, come off and unlock.
I'm gonna jump back.
Good.
I'm casting Shield of Faith.
Shield of Faith, plus 2 to AC. Hang on. So as those manacles come off, let's go back to the other group.
Yeah.
Okay.
A rock was thrown down.
Yeah, a tiny little rock. Just
Perfect.
happened
I would
to-
like to cast Gust and make it go back up.
Gust has many uses.
Yeah. I can throw
you
an
are
object.
you are discovering. I will argue that throwing an object is one thing. Pushing
Fighting
an
it.
object against the flow of moving water is another, like, and you've watched the rock fall down and like come into the water. It's not like you're seeing the rock.
It didn't come down
flow
into the...
through the air and no. This is you watch
so-
do like
Okay,
just
I
from
thought
reaction
it
speed.
came like down on the like
No.
ground in front
It's
of
in the
us.
water.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Now Daisy saw the assassin disappear before, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so she's looking for any displacement that may be in the water coming down.
Perception check.
She's looking the other way apparently at the moment with the 6.
Okay. Oh, well.
Found a skeleton.
I was gonna see if I could help him.
Okay, roll an advantage. Do you have perception as a proficiency?
Yes.
Yep. Daisy, give me another roll.
With conjure animals, am I able to?
I'm going to add my
Plus
plus
five?
5 that I have, giving me 17.
Hey. Oh no.
With a 17, you are paying very close attention to this entrance. Very, very, very close attention to this entrance. You're looking for any displacement. So I'm going to give you this, the 3 of you, as a reaction. As you see that Daisy's paying attention, and as Daisy's looking up and paying very close attention to this, because she beat my roll, Eris, Clip, and Daisy, a bag comes through the opening, and it's lit. I'm not going to let it fall this time into the water. I'm going to let you guys all see it because you're paying attention to what Daisy is seeing. A lit bag comes through the opening. Do you understand? Because of the plus 5, you beat it by 1.
Thank you, plus 5.
And it's coming down the water slide.
We don't see
Let's
it.
go
You're
back
not there.
to the
We
cave.
don't see it.
Uh,
That idea squad's over there.
Yeah. Goblin cave. Barbarians with large hammer cast knock with advantage. Smack. All right. The skeleton will get up and sort of look about the cave, and he goes, "Thank you. It's been a long time since I've been here."
How'd you get here?
I stole from the wrong person, and this was my punishment.
And they kept you alive?
Yeah. For a long time.
How long have you been down here?
Long enough to know that someone's been using my name.
A couple people have been using your name.
I'm sorry?
A couple people have been using your name.
Great. Great.
They've all been good. Thankfully.
The greatest thief that Neverland has ever seen, and people are using my name. Lovely. Do you happen to know where they are?
They've been everywhere. Unfortunately, we see them and they go, and they see them and they go, and we
Got
see
it.
them and they go.
Enough said. I cannot thank you enough.
One of them's a rabbit.
Okay.
If it helps.
Not the strangest thing I've ever seen. All right.
I mean, look at us.
What do you mean?
You just
You think this is natural?
What are you talking about?
No. It's totally natural.
So you were like this now? You came this way naturally?
You haven't unlocked it yet, have you?
Excuse me?
Got it. Okay. Try this. And he goes over to where you are standing, and he goes, This is gonna hurt real bad. Permission? He takes a small sword out of his hand, and he puts it right at your skull, right in the middle. And he grabs the handle, and he puts the blade point right up against your skull.
Look over at this, look at our
Hey
cat.
man, it's not for everyone.
I am readying guiding bolt.
Okay?
You sure
3,
about this? Dude, he promised. He promised.
2,
Yeah, go for it.
1. Bam! He takes the flat of a skeletal hand, and as he does, he slams it into the sword. And as it does, the sword completely goes through the skull. Like, through the skull, through the head, out the back. And as it punctures out the back, there is this odd click. There is this odd, I don't know, it's the sound of a knock from far away. I don't know how else to describe it than a knock from far away.
Mm-hmm.
And as that happens, the sword is pulled out. And as the sword is pulled out, you see the skeletal man standing there. And overlaid upon his person is a blue transparent skin. A handsome man. He's got long hair. They still see the skeletal features. But he's got a bit of a mustache. He's got, a sword at his side. Looks very handsome.
Okay.
But yeah, he is. You see this blue outline.
So what did I just unlock? For
Your
clarity's sake?
Your third eye. It's only for the dead. You're looking into the ethereal plane.
Oh. Oh my.
Bad idea, squad.
No,
So, here's the good news.
Okay.
You can do that now. You can open your third eye as a member of the dead. And the problem is, things you see with this, you never unsee.
Okay. What I see
The
is...
good in life, it's always with you. Forever imprinted, forever implanted. The bad is also forever there.
Okay.
Anything you see with this, it's with you forever. To the end of time. Do you understand?
Understood. I appreciate it.
And just because you're looking, it means other things can look at you. You're opening yourself to that world.
Okay.
Understood?
It's a two-way door.
It's a two-way door.
Understood.
Good luck.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Cal?
Shit. You didn't see me. Take my bag. There's about 75 to 100 gold pieces in there. There's probably a couple of healing potions. I'm really sorry. I don't know you. I'm very grateful. If you hadn't need anything, Edwin Reynolds. I am so sorry. I am so... God. If you could tell people, though, that I unlocked that would be great. It would do a lot for me. Can I keep the sword? Is that...
You keep the sword on one condition.
Yep.
Get some people looking for us.
Yep.
Buy us a little time. If you can.
Who are you?
I need the bag back for a second. Just a second.
Give him the bag back.
He takes a bag. He takes a small bag that's inside of it, and he goes. He takes one of the potions out of the bag, and he's like, he holds it up, and there's like two of them. It's like a bright purple.
Okay.
Like a vibrant, like radiating purple, almost an indigo. That's just.
Yeah.
He takes one. He looks at you, and he's like, "You're gonna want to hold on to the other one."
Okay.
He pops the top, chugs it. Skin. Hair. All right. Let's mess it up. And he goes running past. As he goes running past, the timing of this is he goes running past, and as he goes running, he sees this bag beginning to fall with the rest of this group. Okay. As he's all turning. The bag is falling. The three of you see this bag. It is lit. There's a small wick in it, and it's falling through like floating on the water towards you all.
Daisy's gonna take a shot with a slingshot, see if she can hit it.
Just at the bag?
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe
I said I wanted to grab it and throw it through the portal.
Well, I was gonna use Mage Hand and throw it back through.
Okay, all three of you. Dex checks. All three of you give me dex checks to see who pulls this off first. It's going to be a bad day. Give me a dex check, Daisy. You live your truth, buddy.
Ooh,
take
do,
DM inspiration for this, because a child would be like, "It's a floating, glowing bag." You're gonna die, bag. Like, shooting off this little thing.
But it's close, so it's at disadvantage.
Thank God.
Yeah.
What do you get?
It's a fire.
I'm at 10. Oh, Dex check? 10.
10.
20 not nat.
20 not nat.
21.
21. The mage hand goes flying forward, and unfortunately, here's what happens. Clip jumps in the water to grab the bag, takes it, and tosses it through the portal, and she's like, yeah!
Oh.
Oh, no!
As she throws it through, there is a large sound of an explosion happening off through the portal.
I go straight before. I go through it.
But Clip is in that running water to grab the bag.
Yep.
Okay, you guys come back to see Clip go like, guys, and go through. Eris is like,
I'm out.
like, and you just fly through the portal. Eris and Clip are gone. They are through the portal. They are gone.
Where did they go?
I don't know. There was a bag, and I figured shoot it, right? There's a bag floating on the water.
And we were the bad idea squad.
So you shot the bag and they disappeared?
I was gonna shoot the bag, but then...
But
Did
then-
I shoot the bag?
No.
So
Clip
you
ran
did
forward,
shoot the
grabbed
bag.
that bag, and tossed it through a portal.
She not only ate down Mr. President did, but yeeted it.
She yeeted the bag.
It went through the portal, then...
She went through the portal.
Why did they go through the portal?
I don't know. All I was gonna do was shoot the bag. It just made sense.
Where do we end up?
You end up in the other river, except you find yourselves in a reverse water slide. You find yourselves in another similar cavern with the water flowing up this incline. You don't know how it works, but as it flows up
How does
this
it work?
incline, the water takes you outside, and you're just sort of like floating in the water. You are currently outside.
Heavy is the stream? Like how fast?
Pretty heavy. You can give me an athletics check if you want to try swimming against it.
Oh no, poor in the middle.
What's your strength as a druid?
My strength is still +1.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm still a Goliath.
You're still a Goliath. Yeah.
And I still have advantage on athletics. Well, not advantage, proficiency.
Oh, okay. I was like,
no,
you don't.
How far is the portal?
16?
15 feet away,
Yeah.
20 feet away.
Well, they're doing this.
I want to know what everyone
16.
else did.
Okay, you are making progress, but you're still going against moving water.
You're holding in place.
Okay.
I'm taking my shield that I completely forgot I had. My goodness. I deactivated it at some point. And I'm tying my 50-foot rope to the shield.
Okay.
And putting Scritch on my shield.
You do not have Scritch. You killed Scritch the last adventure, and you have not cast anything to bring Scritch back.
Crud. I'm bringing Scritch back.
It'll take
okay,
10 minutes.
Fine.
It'll take 10 minutes.
You're just enjoying
I you sent Scritch
Yeah,
into
you're
the
right. I totally
darkness.
forgot he was gone.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
You keep
Okay.
killing that baby.
Can I fit on that? Like, I'm tiny. Can I try sitting on that shield? And if I sit on that shield, like, does it sink? Like, can I, like, make a little makeshift boat out of that shield?
Okay, I hate this. The only reason this works is because you don't even remember that in episode 2 you said your shield was made of wood.
It is.
It is.
Yes.
So yes, you can sit on your shield.
Can somebody hold the rope so I can go through and peek through, and then you can pull me back?
Hey, what's your strength? What's your strength?
My strength is a 13.
Cool, you're better than me.
Eris,
I'm just trying to get back.
you are through the water,
Yes, I
and
am.
you see Clip swim in her life to go against the stream, but she is outside trying to make her way back into the little cave against the current on the wherever that portal left.
Bad idea.
Do we know where we are?
What?
Do we know where we are?
Yeah, you're outside. You're. I mean, you don't know where this
Where's
is
the other side?
specifically,
So we're just
but you are close to the entrance of where you guys came in. Okay.
Oh. Let's get out of the water and walk back.
Yeah, you can totally do that. Yeah, with all of this, Eris is like, hey, all right, so this is great. Clip gets out, and she kind of walks over to the other side, and right as Thistle goes through the portal holding onto the rope with the shield, Clip and Eris show up on the other side. They're like, hey, gang, how's it going?
Oh, God, be the back, be the back.
You start pulling. Give me a strength check. Since you two are both holding the rope, both of you give me a strength check.
Oh, this ain't gonna go well.
Oh. 13. 13.
13.
Wait a second. We're
Yeah,
smarter,
10.
not harder.
10?
Okay, got it. I could add my 5.
It should be fine, y'all.
You could add your 5 if you want to do that.
I would
18.
recommend.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you guys pull her back.
Cool.
You pull her back through the portal. She's like, I didn't see them. Oh, hey guys, I didn't see Eris. Oh.
Where'd Reynolds go?
What?
He left.
He just gone? Deuced?
Through the portal?
I went through the portal, okay. I missed
Anybody
that
else remember the fact that there was another thingy like chained up further back in the thing?
You're the one who saw that.
What? There
A
was
what?
a thingy chained up further back in the cave, but I don't know how lucky we can get a second time. Like Edward Reynolds was pretty cool.
Okay, let's go back and check it out.
Time check.
Guys.
Daisy, time check.
Yeah.
We've been down here for
2 hours.
2 hours.
So we're 3 hours total right now?
They know we're
3
here.
hours total, 6 hours left. While this happens,
Oh, 2 Lost Boys go down. Assassin.
The assassins, the lost boys are fighting
I
each other.
need the 2 of you to roll me d4s. I need the 2 of you to roll me d6s. And I need the 2 of you to roll me d8s.
You want? You want to do it together? 1, 2, 3.
2. Okay.
I got
1.
1.
Okay.
3.
I don't know that that's a good thing.
Hey, it works.
Okay.
That was funny.
Wow. Everyone else matched, and we just...
I'm sorry. We had the larger chance of
Uh,
not matching.
Wow. Okay.
The ones.
But yours is twice
A
as much
bunch
as mine.
of
You're
air
twice as big
sirens
as I am.
go out.
What? Go out?
A bunch of air sirens go off.
Okay.
If we were in present day, it'd be MLG.
Like 4 air sirens go off.
Cool.
This is the Hunger Games.
It could be. It's the egg game.
You just put us in the Hunger Games.
How dare?
Except no one can die.
But no
You
one
don't
can
know
die.
who's dead. But I'm guessing it's like 3 lost boys and 1 assassin. That's my guess.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Will they just naturally turn on each other?
They want to keep away. Maybe.
Daisy's still watching the entrance. She is
Daisy
not
hasn't
losing
moved.
focus. She's not losing focus.
She is
She's
full,
stalwart.
She is in full Gandalf mode right now. You shall not pass. Yep.
She's hoping for
And
another
my
bag
snare
to
is
come through the
still...
water.
Yeah, your
Oh,
snare is-
left. No,
Dave-
snare still's there.
Cool.
Cool. I haven't cast any other concentration. No, it's not concentration.
And it's
Keep
bad that
walking in
she's secretly
circles.
hoping for another bag to float
I don't know
through.
what the roll's for. That's what I'm worried about right now.
What are you looking for?
I was gonna be like, now I know that I'm the cat.
Meow. Good.
But I said portal time.
I don't know why we came back through. I wanted to keep going.
Everyone else is down here.
I am but a humble DM and respect the wishes of the group.
Portal time?
Man, portal time.
Should we just keep moving? Or should we stay here? Should we fortify here?
I assume the portal works both ways.
Yes,
It
they're
does. We
not
just-
dead.
Yeah, we just came back through.
Yeah, let's go.
Keep moving?
Should we see what was in the back of the cave first?
There's
Wait,
sirens and
come
like,
back to
I'm
that.
just gonna go.
Eris goes.
I'm going.
Okay, fine. Let's go.
Come back.
You went
good
with
job.
Portal.
Daisy backs and backs, making sure everybody
Portal.
else is leaving, and
We don't play that game. You're going before I do. Or we'll go together.
and
Children
Daisy
go
winks
first.
and grins at
I
you.
love how we have a group of people that are like, no, I will be the last. I will be the last. You all die. The world collapses. Like, yeah.
Daisy,
I wanna-
Daisy winks at Clip and turns around.
We'll
and
go together.
I walk through
Jump
looking
through.
inside the bag that Edwin Reynolds got
Okay.
as we walk through.
There is a.
It all washes away in the river because you open
Shut
it all
up.
in a river.
Don't put that in.
You have a bad thing with things in rivers and bodies of
I-
water.
I
I'm
have a
sorry.
waterproof
There
bag.
is nothing in the back.
Nothing in the back. Cool. That's fine.
Well, it was a 100 gold pieces and like.
He
Yeah,
asked to see the bag.
it's fair. It's fair.
Did they see
But he said there
the
was a
other
smaller
skeleton
bag in the
freak
bag,
out
that
when he
was
said
all
his
it said.
name? Or was it the third eye
It's a
thing?
secret compartment of the secret box.
They did not see the blue transparent skin up here. They
Oh my-
did see his skin when he took that purple potion and
No,
and-
did they see him be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, you said your name. Here's all my stuff." Did they see
oh
that?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's a secret tool we'll use for later.
That's
There's a bag. He opens the bag. He sticks a hand in, and there's nothing.
Okay, cool. We'll deal with this later.
Alright,
Keep going.
Let's go.
Okay, everyone goes through the portal. As you make your way towards the portal, outside of the entrance to this thing is a fight currently taking place between two of the Lost Boys, Bobby and Toss, who seem to be attacking one of the twins. Like they are being vicious. You see Toss has these daggers out, and Bobby was the one that I was telling you about that had this tentacle that was just sort of like floating behind.
Yeah.
And as this fight transpires, Bobby turns to look at the group that comes out of the other side of the portal, and immediately the tentacle around this guy stops and like disappears completely from the battle scene. Like Bobby just drops the tentacle from the assassin. It takes a break away, and he looks at Toss. And he's like, "Toss!" And as Toss looks at her, and then turns toward the assassin, he's like, "Truce to get the bag. Truce to get the bag. Everybody roll initiative."
Gosh. I am so back into my rolls again.
18.
I don't, unfortunately. I wish.
18. 20 to 25.
Not 20.
20 to 25. Eris.
20 to 25.
Okay.
What is it total?
Oh, ready to get up.
Okay. Hang on. Let's see if I get that again. Nope.
Can't read them. This is your chance.
Tashi goes next.
What a punk.
Oh my gosh, this camera has been shutting off all night long.
Which camera?
It's like back in the day. Yep.
Oh.
Okay, so this is 20 to 25. Sorry, is Eris at a 22? Okay, 20 to 15.
19.
15.
18.
19, 18, 15.
15. +4 to initiative.
Good. What did you roll?
I rolled a 17. I have +2 to initiative.
That's amazing. You are a beefy druid, girl.
Goliath!
her charisma is where she's laughing.
Yeah, bad talking.
It's okay, I got you.
You've got a bard
15
and
to
a sorcerer.
We got these
Charisma top stat.
5.
15 to 10.
8.
Okay.
10 to 5.
But you didn't want to be part of the bad
8.
society
8 and
squad.
5.
Got it.
Nipple
Charismatic,
boys
not
for the
dumb.
win.
Daisy.
Why not both?
Daisy. No. Yeah, Daisy, Tashi, Thistle.
I'm kind of a wizened, you know.
Alright. First up is Eris.
Hey.
No, sorry. First up are the Never Boys.
Ah, damn it.
Garbage.
The Lost Boys are going to Toss is going to run forward to where Karina is, and as he runs forward to where Karina is, he is just going to make a he's going to bring his daggers forward, and as he does, he's going to let go. The daggers are going to retract into his arms, and he's going to make a contested dex check against you. So this is dex to try to snag the bag from you.
He's got like the taxi driver guns. That's
He's
awesome.
got taxi driver guns. Yeah, exactly.
16 plus 6.
16, 22? Okay. You see him like snatch his hand forward, and you just you like it's
back off,
it's
mine.
like a hand, and you almost want to like play with it a little bit as the hand like, but no, you just smack the hand away. That's his turn. But unfortunately, the other little kid, Bobby, is it Bobby or Derek? It's
Bobby.
It's Bobby.
Yeah, you said
Bobby's gonna have a tentacle like pop up around the ground and just sort of wrap around you. 17 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Tentacle wraps around your body. You are grappled.
Lurker of the Deep Warlock. Ah.
Okay.
Yeah, those are horrible.
Yeah, I know.
Who would create something like that? What a
Who
monstrosity.
would ever play that character?
Eris, it is now your turn.
Heck, that changed all the things.
She is. Karina is wrapped up with a tentacle around her.
There's
Toss
a
trying to take.
Kitties and tentacles. What are we gonna do?
Well, just
It's sushi. Time to eat.
oh, it's only one.
What?
But it's a shadow tentacle.
Come on, Eris.
Okay. I guess
Do
I'll
it.
just use. Let me use lightning lure
Okay.
against tentacle homeboy.
Okay. The kid right there. Okay.
It's
Tell
not-
me about lightning lure.
You create a lash of lightning energy that strikes one creature of your choice. You can see within range.
I'm into it.
Strength of 14.
Give me an attack roll. Or is it a DC saving throw?
Saving throw of 14.
Saving throw of 14.
Oh, wait, no, attack.
Attack.
Wait.
No, it's a DC save. It's a DC save. 14. You're good.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, save. Just kidding.
Right. No, it's okay. Read over those spells, gang.
If it has
I saw attack class slash.
13. That's
Cool.
not going to do it, is it?
What? No, 14.
Yeah, so 13 is not going to
No.
do it. Yeah.
No.
I think it's yoinks 10 feet.
So a thing of lightning wraps around him and just
Yeah.
yoinks him backward.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, he is yoinked away from this area.
Great.
He's going to make a concentration check for me. He's going to fail that concentration
Cool,
check.
great. Can I also, as a bonus action, use one of my pixie potions in Fairy Fire, please?
Sure,
Thank
yeah.
God, because I've been waiting forever.
Go ahead. Give me a ranged attack roll. Unless you're just going to walk up to this kid and smack him on the face with it.
Do
I
it.
mean, that's a mood.
He's
No,
a
'cause I wanna
vanished.
use
Meanwhile,
it
I just imagine like
in-
the tentacles.
Because there's two that are close to her, is that right?
There was until you yoinked,
Yoinked one of
10
them.
feet back.
Okay. I will.
There's an assassin off to the side and then a
So they're all
lost boy.
separately.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna smack the assassin with it.
Okay. Perfect. No save on this at all. He is lit up with fairy fire.
Cool.
Done and done. All attacks against the assassin are going to be at advantage.
Boom.
For the time being, and they cannot turn invisible. Clever girl. That's Eris's turn. Clips.
Where are they? Because I wasn't here for that. Where were they?
Sure. You guys have just climbed out of the water. They're all sort of clumped in a little area. Think 3 points of a triangle. So with one boy getting yanked back 10 feet, the other Never boy right up in Karina's grill, trying to steal steal the egg from her, and the assassin off to the side, who's reaching into his pouch.
So they're not within like 20 feet of each other.
No, they are not. You could get the assassin and the lost boy toss.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Entangle over there.
Okay.
Which is a strength saving throw of 14.
Strength saving throw of 14 for both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The kid isn't gonna get it,
Okay.
but he's right next to her. So are you getting her in this as well? Is it everybody, or can you designate who is in who is entangled?
From the duration, these plants turn the ground area into difficult terrain. A creature in the area where you cast a spell must succeed on a straight saving throw or be restrained by entangling plants until the spell ends. You're already like entangled, so like.
No, I just
got unentangled.
Sorry.
But now you back. Vines like kind of crawl up.
It's a strength saving throw. 14.
Can I make a saving throw?
Yeah, give me that strength saving throw.
13.
Oh, sorry.
That's right.
So did they both
Missed
make
by
it?
that much.
The tentacle just
The
drops
kid
me in
did
the
not.
water
The
and I
assassin did.
get-
Assassin did. Okay, so the kid is entangled and it has to redo that at the end of his turn.
It's restrained. Yeah.
It's restrained.
You
And
doing
for the assassin, it's now difficult terrain.
Okay. You doing anything with your bonus action?
I can't, as we learned last time, I cannot do any bonus action, so no.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
It's called opening.
Okay, got it. No, you're good. Yeah, you maintain your grasp, and you're very proud of yourself. And your sports are like, great job, Mom. Karina.
The fun guys.
Sorry.
Girl, you are close, but you're not completely out of the game. I mean, you're restrained at this point. You can give me another strength saving throw to get out of this
let's attempt it.
vine area.
16.
You did it.
Badoom!
You out. You break through these vines, and you are out.
No.
You're coming out.
I want the world to hear my.
Okay, that is your turn though. As you kind of back away from this plant that was wrapped around you.
Yeah.
That's Karina's turn. Cal.
Okay, cool. Cal's gonna impose himself between Toss and Karina.
Okay.
No, it's still difficult terrain for everyone.
Yep.
If they're in that 20 foot.
But Toss starts that difficult terrain, correct?
Correct.
Cool. And if he's restrained, I get advantage on attacks on him, correct? Is that restrained or grappled?
Casting this
I am not sure with this. This gives me this Yes, I will say for the time being, because he is restrained, this first attack will be an advantage.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's fine.
got it.
So we gonna do some
As you
flashes.
destroy the vines, holding it.
You know what? It's still
It's a
difficult.
first level spell.
No, that's fine. Nope, that's cool.
Like right.
He
Like,
went after the bag, so he gonna go down.
Yeah. You'll cut through the vines, but this first one will be like, yeah. It is Big Red.
19.
19 hits. Cool damage.
Cool. And that's a D8. Where's my D8s? There they are. And that's 8 slashing. And then with the hook. Don't think a 12 will hit him, correct?
12's not gonna hit him.
Okay. Then hook's gonna go wide.
I just got real sad because I can't summon zombies in this game.
I'm sorry to take that away from you.
How dare you.
And then, huh?
How much damage?
Just the 8 slashing from the first attack. The second attack missed.
Got it.
And then for our bonus action, we're going to inspire Karina.
Do it.
Whatever you do not get caught. Right?
Yeah.
Cool.
His inspirations are like mildly threatening. It's his thing.
I'm into it.
You take your inspiration. D8?
D8.
D8. Daisy, your turn.
Okay. We've still got Stinky Lost Boy over by Karina right now.
You do.
Oh.
He's
it's Toss
looking
Stinky
rough.
Lost Boy.
Yeah.
I think I already talked to Toss about this.
You did?
And I'm slingshotting him.
God. Okay, roll your attack roll. Why did I give you the slingshot?
Yes.
That's going to be bad roll still. It's a 9 plus. I get pluses.
Yep.
It's going to be 17.
17 hits. Roll damage.
Oh, snap.
21 points of force damage.
Yeah, Toss is good.
Oh my god!
Little steel ball bearing right between the eyes hits him dead square center, and as he does, Toss falls backwards, disappears from the room, and just sort of ends up back at the start of the place. Toss is out of the game.
Anyone else?
Who's left?
You guys want to leave?
Assassin left?
There is an assassin left and Bobby.
By the way, I get 2 shots per round.
Oh!
God, this is the coolest thing ever.
Bobby's still there.
Bobby's still there.
Stinking Lost Boys,
Yep.
man. They were warned.
Give me
I
another
told
attack
them.
roll.
Stinking Lost
Does he
Boys!
get advantage because he's held?
That's a
The other
20
one was
Toss was.
to hit.
20 hits. Roll damage. The,
You're like-
the assassin.
Oh, not nearly as good.
Okay.
What's that?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, these are Lost Boys, and they were warned. But it's
pumping-
only 5 points of damage on that one.
Are you pumping smite into these slingshot shots?
Oh man, I should have been putting smite in.
Okay. Is that it?
Can I smite that one?
No.
No, I'm actually, my bonus action, I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Karina.
Got it. Okay. Sanctuary has been cast. Okay. With
boom.
that,
Hey, chance to walk away. You can leave right now,
No.
or you can
not
be
your turn.
in a puff of smoke.
Not your turn.
I ain't
That would have been a
forgetting
good
smite
move to use before.
Yeah, well.
Good night, Big. Thank you so much. Thank you for cheering. Thanks for sharing rewards. Thank you. With that, it's Tashi's turn. You see
Isn't he gone?
Tashi. What?
Tashi's
Toss
gone.
dying.
Tashi's a puff of smoke. Yeah, it probably wearing between the eyes.
No.
Tashi. Toss.
Toss died. Tashi is
Oh.
still the female is still there. You never met.
Oh, okay.
Tashi is one of the twins.
That's not confusing.
The Toss and Tashi. Yeah, I get it. Tashi, who has been hit with fairy fire. But everybody's been attacking the Lost Boys because they're little jerks. Is just very happy to be alive at the moment. Realizes that they can't turn invisible, so instead is going to use half their movement in the rough terrain to move out of the rough terrain.
Cool.
Is going to move that somewhat feet away, and then they are going to. They are going to look at the group, and they're going to cast an oldie but a goodie. They are just going to center a fireball directly on where the Lost Boy is and where everybody else is. So everybody there, I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
That's fine.
19.
19 does it.
25.
25 does
14.
it. 14 doesn't do it.
I wasn't near. I was by assassin.
This is
for everybody.
This is for everybody.
This includes the assassin.
Oh,
Wait.
you're next to the assassin?
I was.
Because you smashed it on set. This
Yeah.
does not include you.
22.
22.
8.
You all that made the save will take half damage. Those of you that did not make the save, you take.
Bye, guys.
1, 2, 3.
Would you like
4,
66?
5, 6.
Does
No.
Or 5d6?
I'll just roll these and then I'll. Oh, there we go.
No, it doesn't. Not from a.
God, I love Dice ASMR. It's my favorite.
20, 34.
DSMR?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. I actually got to roll one more.
Oh, good.
Oh, plus one. So 35. 35 if you failed the save.
That's if you fell. Well,
If you fail.
all of a sudden my
That
brain
was a lot.
If you made the save, you only
17.
take 17.
Ouch.
Only 17.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the move, and then they are going to.
Take Hellish Spell later on.
They are going to. They're lit up, right?
I got a Christmas tree.
That changes what.
And they got a target on their head now.
Okay. Okay, they're going to use some source. No, they're just going to start screaming. They're just screaming their head off. They're using their free action to yell and talk, and they're just scream. They're screaming. That's all they're going to do for this turn.
Cool.
That's Tashi's turn. Oh my god, you guys are killing them. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Thistle.
So everybody just got pretty hurt.
I'm the only one who didn't.
Okay, so I am going to.
It
That
was
changes what
tough,
I'm going
too.
to do. I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word.
Okay.
It's a bonus action, so I can still do something with my full action.
Hey, look at that.
It's a 1d4 plus 4. It does not clarify. It says up to 6 creatures you can see within range. Does
It
that
should
work
have a
on
range.
me?
Yes. If you
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just
Works
making
on
sure.
you as well.
And I rolled a 1. So it's only 5 points healing.
Everybody heals 5 points.
5 more than we had, man.
Okay.
Exactly.
And then what I'm going to do is use my, I'll do a cantrip because that's about all I can do. But it's a guiding bolt. No,
Okay.
sorry, that's not cantrip. I'm sorry, Sacred Flame.
Okay.
So that's
Wisdom save or dex save?
Dex save of 15.
They make their save.
Okay. So it
16
was,
on the dice, minus 1.
and that means they do not even take half damage.
No,
Never
not with
mind.
the cantrip. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
But you did the right thing.
I know. I hate it.
Thistle's turn. Oh God, what does he want to do? Bobby. Bobby's still there. Bobby is going to.
Daisy's making the biggest faces at him right now.
Yeah, I think he sees.
There's a little bit of steam coming out of.
Bobby's going to use an unforgivable spell on you, Daisy.
Bring it.
Oh no.
Daisy, in the world of Neverland, there is one spell you do not cast. Because it is the worst possible imagination that you could wish upon a child that finds themselves in Neverland. Daisy, I'm really sorry to do this, but you've left him no choice.
Oh no.
Daisy, give me a charisma saving throw, please.
It's a good thing she's cute. 20, not that.
The magic begins to swarm around you, and you feel yourself grounded to the spot through your connection with the people in your life, and you manage to shake off the banishment spell, which would have sent you back to your original place, because no one is from Neverland. They
Oh,
find themselves
God.
there.
Oh God.
Huh. Write that down, kids.
Okay.
I know what happened.
You know exactly what happened. That was his turn, and he knows what he did, and he is...
He knows that you didn't do it either.
Eris, your turn.
We're going
That's
to.
not against the rules. Del's not gonna.
I'm gonna cast.
What? That's
It's banishment.
Nothing.
You want to say that again?
Nothing.
Mike didn't pick that one up.
That's okay.
I'm gonna cast.
That's not against the rules, is what she said.
That's not against
Chromatic Orb.
It should.
On Tashi over there
Okay.
at level 5.
Oh God!
Give me the attack roll at advantage.
I also can't see. So that's gonna be 24 to hit.
24 hits. Roll damage.
Okay, give me a second. This is
Dropping where he
dice.
stands.
Knowing that, Clip, you are up next.
I got what I want. That was a terrifying look you just gave me.
No, that's a terrifying look you gave me.
I got exactly what I want. You're locked in here with me.
So that's gonna be 19 points of. Let's do poison damage.
Tashi is gone. They've been fighting since you guys have been in the cave.
Oh, Tasha's
Don't. What's with my people?
I feel like I'll waste that.
Okay. Tashi's gone.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bob.
Karina.
And just for bonus action, I'm just gonna fly up 10. No, 15.
15 feet?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
There's still one boy left.
Karina.
Yes.
There's a little boy. And he hits you with a tentacle.
Cal just leans over. Do it. Do it. You know you want to.
Oh, wait, no. Sorry. Clip.
Oh.
She had something. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, what I want to do is not supposed to happen now. So I'm just going to cast blindness on the boy.
Ooh, yes! Yes!
Let's be gentle with the children. Blind!
We don't kill. I said don't kill the children. I said be gentle with them. I said don't kill them. But now
Yeah, and
that's
taking
out
away
the
his
window.
vision as being gentle?
I didn't
All right.
say be gentle.
What is the save on blindness?
Con 14.
That is a failure. He is blind.
Your attack will probably be at advantage now because he can't see you coming.
Your attack is at advantage now because he cannot see you coming.
You smell it, folks? That's a sweet smell of sneak attack damage.
Oh, God.
Let's go, man.
The chat is like, technically, blindness is more gentle than death. Like, if we all had to make a choice.
I am the walking proof of that.
Oh, gosh.
Girl,
Okay.
give me an attack roll at advantage.
Can I use my short bow? Just for giggles?
Yeah, you can.
Do it.
You're rolling sneak attack damage with this because he's got people around.
Nat 20.
Oh!
With my short
Sneak
bow.
attack.
You're gonna
smart bow.
double the dice.
And then I'm
damage.
gonna do, and then I can add 3d6s as
And
well.
now
You're gonna
Double as
double
well.
those as well, so it's double the dice of the short bow and then 6d6 worth of damage.
So, let's see. Short bow.
He actually had hit points. Like he was the only one.
Did he?
So
Because I don't think
2d6
he
plus
does
3.
anymore. No.
So 5 plus, I'm assuming 6, because it's plus 3 on normal occasion.
No, wait a sec. What did
Thank you,
just roll?
Joker.
It was 5.
Our
That's
first
the
viewer
damage.
from South
Yeah.
America.
Okay,
Thank
so you
you.
don't.
Oh, 10.
So 10 plus
6.
Ooh.
Or 3.
whatever your bonus is for damage.
Large plus 3.
I don't care. Okay, so you got 13 there,
And then the 3d6s.
and,
If you
and now it's
one-shot-
66.
Oh,
Do
yeah,
it.
66.
If
66.
she one shots this
Yes,
guy-
please.
Do it.
Please.
That would be so amazing. 2, 3, 5, 6,
So
9, 10.
So it's 23 total is what we're looking at.
Times 2.
No, that's not.
No, we already did
That's
it.
not it, that's
It's
not
23.
23. Okay. Yeah, it's 3 more points. He's gone. He disappears from the scene. I think you're paying the swashbuckler in my campaign crits for somewhere in the neighborhood of 150. Yeah.
Just take it, and I don't like water!
I don't even know what that means. So, like, as the arrow hits. You hear another siren go off. Actually, 3 of them as.
How many went off
is
before?
Hunger Games.
4 went off
Wait, and we
before.
heard 4 earlier.
So that's 7 that we've heard.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
We need to
No,
move,
5.
people.
There were
People, we
more
need to
than
move now.
Gotta go,
We
gotta
need
go
to
fast.
move now.
You have
There's
heard.
one
You
left.
you have been a little busy. You have heard somewhere within the realm of 7 to 9 sirens go off.
7 to 9.
There were 4
There was only 9
assassins.
people.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Well.
sure we're not done yet, or Dole would have come get
I
us.
think.
Would he?
Yeah.
I think we head back towards the house, and if somebody encounters us on the way, at least we'll be moving. If somebody encounters us on the way, there's way more of us than there are of them.
Fair.
But let's head back to the
How
house.
many?
Yeah, about about that. You see Dole come walking out, and I was like, "What did y'all do?"
We won!
Did we win?
I mean, the house is filled with people, but all of y'all are still standing. One kid had a mark the size of a on his head.
That was that one.
Holy crap,
Though
guys!
she be little, she be fierce.
This is crazy.
But it was fun.
I don't even know what that means.
Bad idea, squad.
Hey, you were part of that.
Part 2.
She hit a kid with a. Oh my god. Okay. All of y'all are still standing, correct?
Yeah. Once
Do
you
you,
go
do you wish to give up the land to any of the other groups?
That's her choice.
Would you like to keep the land and all items found therein?
It's your family.
It's your
plan.
family.
I mean, I'm assuming yes.
Do you still have the item that you were supposed to hold on to?
Whoa! No!
The illusion drops.
No!
You have 1 full minute to
I'm dumb as a sack of bricks. This is not avoidable.
to chase Topi as she turns around, the Earth Genasi, dropping the illusion and running straight back towards the house, leaving you a spare 30 minutes left before the competition is over. She is not making any movement to you can still see her. I think the entire group takes off running.
Is she the twin?
She is the main part. She is the
Is
Earth
that
Genasi.
right?
She is the part
Short
of the
action in this.
Okay,
this time.
Hold on, one
how
at a
about
time.
this?
One
I'm
time.
going to keep the initiative order.
Okay.
I'm going to keep the initiative order.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on,
Keeping the initiative order. She takes off running.
Okay.
Eris.
I fly, fairy fire.
Okay. This will not be an automatic hit unless you are dive bombing and tackling her, and you are.
I absolutely will.
Okay.
Nice.
10 out of 10.
I
No,
will.
no fear.
I will still need an attack roll
Mm-hmm.
as you just dive bomb and fairy fire and
We're
just
both keeping
like
this.
all over her.
My favorite thing is
just
we're
a
all
jet.
like
Oh,
that.
well, okay, that's a 5.
Like a 5 total, like
Yep.
on the dice. Like, okay, you go dive bombing.
Can I use wild magic to get an advantage? Please,
Absolutely.
please.
Go ahead.
You're really loving this wild magic, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
Roll
The
2.
face he just put in hurt me.
Roll 2 times for me.
2 more times?
Roll
One for the
2
attack, one for the
D100s.
wild.
Oh, wait, 2 D100?
Yep. You're gonna give me another attack roll first to see if you land this one. This will
It's
be
just straight 11.
straight 11. You get real close, but I need you to roll 2 D100s for me. Every time you do this, the second time you do it, it's gonna
34.
get 34.
Again, which is shocking.
Okay.
And a 21.
Okay. I choose which one takes into account. You feel yourself empowered. You have a feeling that your next spell is going to have a little extra juice to it.
Nice.
So you cast. That is Eris' turn. The fairy fire misses. Not with an 11, not with a 5. Like it's not going to hit.
Because it was just straight, correct?
Add
Or do I
your
add
dex.
my modifier?
Your dex.
Add your dex.
Which would be 14.
14's still not going to just quite hit, but it was worth a shot and it was a good move.
Yeah.
Eris' turn. Clip. She's running off. She's
I
left.
cast. I'm running.
You're running.
Following her. I cast Conjure Animals,
Okay.
and then I want 8 wolves.
8 wolves. Roll me initiative.
14. I don't know what they have. Well, I have it pulled up. Hold on.
Okay.
14. I don't think it a plus on initiative. What do I plus?
Add their dexterity.
It's their dexterity.
16.
They go before me.
With
No, it's okay.
No, go
It'll
ahead.
be my turn eventually.
Okay.
I'm having to choose between power and
I've never
creative.
heard. I've never heard Tracy say
Meowdith
that.
says, I just got here. Wolf is playing Daisy. I can't handle this. Okay.
So their initiative is 16, and it's basically their running speed is 40, so they're faster than us.
They're gonna be after
Before me.
Karina, but
Okay.
before Cal.
Okay.
What are you telling them to do?
To attack the Earthshaughnessy.
Okay, you got it.
So they're gonna track her, go after her.
Karina, your turn.
I can dash as a bonus action. If I dash, can I catch up with her?
Absolutely. You're probably the only person, with the exception of Eris, who was like flying up above and just went like, forget gravity. Like,
Can I tackle and grapple her?
You could certainly try. Yeah, give me an attack.
Oh my god.
14 plus 6.
Yeah, okay. We're going to make a contested athletics or acrobatics check. Here. This is going to be contested athletics, unfortunately. I have to say it.
What'd you roll? What'd you roll?
It's 13 plus 7.
And then you've got my inspiration. Now would be the time to use it.
7.
Works.
So
27.
Yep. She is grappled. You just see as the cat goes, I hate water even more! and jumps on the... I think this grapple, most other people would like snag around the waist or something.
Just claws.
She's such a little cat that it's a right on the back, like claws on the back. Every cat owner has unfortunately experienced this. As the claws dig into the back and you just see this, like as the arms instinctively fly backwards and little spots of like blood fly everywhere. That's their turn. The wolves all go now.
Do you want me to roll 1d20 for all the wolves, or roll
Sure.
all
How many
d20s?
wolves
I have
are
all
there?
of them. 8. I have 8 d20s.
Go
right
ahead and
ready to
roll
go.
8 d20s for me.
Cool. So they're all attacking.
Yes.
There's Nazi. They have pack tactics, so they all get advantage.
Yes, I'm
Can,
aware.
can I just say that
I
Big Dread 1 has been killing me all night?
Big Dread 1 is like amazing. Tear off a leg.
I'm so unhappy to be at the bottom of initiative.
2, 3, 4.
There may be nothing
Has
left for
not
you.
fought anyone. She waited.
And waited.
She has not fought anyone. There's no...
Get the egg.
Unless you guys all crit, like there's no way that everybody's taking her out.
So the lowest is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 for 4 of them.
The lowest is 15.
Yeah.
The 15's not going to hit.
Okay. So 15, then the next low is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16 is going to hit.
Okay, so those 3 hit, and then let me... I don't know how to do this properly. So
Roll the next
that's
4.
3.
Roll the next 4.
It's 14, 14, 15, 10. So I'm going to just reroll that one. That's an 18. So I have...
And then roll the green one more time.
That's already an advantage.
Okay.
So 7 out of the 8 hit.
7 out of the 8 hit.
Yeah, I'm going to roll the damage on a dice roller, if that's okay? Or
Sure. Yeah. What's the damage for your wolf?
It's 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
This is conjure animals.
Yes.
Okay.
D4 plus 2. So, and that's 1, 2, 3.
And what is
5,
the
6, 7,
challenge
8,
rating of the
12,
wolf?
13, 14. 1, 8 of just regular wolves.
Oh, they're just
So if
1
it's
8.
7
Yeah.
of them, it should end up being 14d4 plus
Okay.
14.
14d4 plus 14. This is a Discord. Help me out here.
/R.
Wolves get a knockdown too, if I'm not
14d4.
mistaken.
Wolves, dire wolves definitely do. I think you're right. They also
Dire
get
wolves
pluses.
definitely do, but I don't know if my wolves do.
They also get pluses on pack. I can't.
So
not sure what it is.
14d4.
14d4 plus 14. If it will help you, I've got a dice app.
I'm rolling it at the stone's throw. Dice roller.
Okay. She's knocked prone, at least.
35
for
plus
roll
14.
damage.
35 plus 14.
49.
49 points of damage.
It's a massive hit.
Boom. Good stuff.
So, never been so happy to be around dogs before.
You're like, yeah, done.
Will you come buy me dogs?
Okay. She is going to cast. Run away. No. No. Who's around her?
I would have ran, so I'm around the wolves.
You're around the wolves, which are around
She
her.
ran right up.
You're
I'm
there.
grappling her.
You're there.
How far is she?
Wait, but she dashed past me.
No, she dashed to catch up so that she could be in front of her to tackle her down to the ground.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I think the only one that's not there is me and Thistle. Just because we haven't gone yet.
Grapple.
No.
Bad idea, squad part 3!
She got knocked prone?
She is knocked prone. All attacks against her are going to be at disadvantage. She's going to use half of her movement to get up. And she is going to... She is going to take the fireball up and bring it down upon herself.
No.
She is just going to throw it up, brace herself, take a healing potion out as a bonus action, chug it, grit her teeth, and that fireball is going to go right on the ground.
My wolves are dead, but that might be too.
With that fireball, I need the 3 people that it hits to give me another dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, Jesus.
19.
We give her a dexterity saving throw. This is the only way out of this situation. She fails. Damn. Oh, God. Okay. 19. You take no damage.
Oh, yeah, 'cause you're a rogue.
Evasion.
Good job.
Dexterity saving throw, Miss Audie.
That one.
Oh.
Okay.
That's your second fail on Fireball, isn't it?
Definitely is. Jesus Christ.
3, 11, 16, 18, 19, 20. 20 points of damage to the 2 of you.
Whew.
Fire damage.
I'm down.
She's down.
She's down?
I'm down.
The wolves disappear. Poof.
Yeah. Wolves are definitely
And you're
dead.
gone.
Clip finds herself in the hut. She takes 20 points of damage, and you see her clothes burned, her hair singed. She takes the full 20 points of damage around herself.
I just remember we don't actually die. Oh, God.
You're so pretty. It's going great. Thank you so much. I'm going to say that name probably. Thank you for the hose.
Hero for us all.
Hero for us all. That's what it is. Hero for us all. Okay, that's her turn. Man, that hurt. God, she had so much to do.
She had someone to live for.
Cal.
Here's all your D20s back. Thank you.
How far away from her? How far away from Cal is she?
She's about 40 feet away.
Cool. He's going to use 15 feet of his movement.
Okay.
To walk up and just charm person.
Okay.
Whoa. Stop.
Okay.
And we're going to do a charm person at it's not going to make a difference, so first level's fine. Wisdom 14.
Okay. Unfortunately, she makes this save at advantage because this is about as attacked as a person can be. So the first roll is a 4, the next one is a 15.
Okay.
So she shakes off the charm person because you guys are in the middle of combat with her. But it's a smart move. It just
didn't land. That's fine.
Yeah, it just didn't land. So that's your action.
That's my action. Can't really do anything for my bonus action. I can't do much. I'm gonna use my second wind and just.
You got this. Daisy.
So she's about 40 feet away.
Yep.
No, she got it.
Yeah. I think the fireball dislodged a lot.
It got it,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good.
It's 11.
Daisy. You got some hurt-looking people around, but
yeah. I'm gonna have to approach. I'm gonna get within 30 feet and firing off 2 shots.
Give me 2 shots.
Man, I have got to start rolling better. That's gonna be a. Sorry, I was on the wrong screen.
It's okay.
It's a 16 to hit.
16 doesn't hit. Not with the shield.
Me? Sorry.
You got this.
Nat 20.
Whoa!
Okay,
Why?
roll damage.
I love
Can I
it.
smite with this shot?
Yeah, she can smite with
Yes! Bump it up!
Please take
Drop her where she stands.
And smite
This little
is...
baby taking out the assassin.
Favorite thing.
Yeah, I've had some
Yeah,
doozy
favorite
rolls
thing.
and some
Here's
really
the
bad
deal.
rolls.
With smite, that smite damage is also doubled.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
it is. You remember how you said it couldn't happen?
I said it couldn't happen without a nat 20.
And didn't happen.
This is how I felt when you crit when I was doing the level 21. You're like, this is 3068.
I'm sorry, what?
Is this something I could have done at second level, or
Hugs
just
for
since I said...
20s, and this is why I miss in-person games. Go ahead, buddy. What was your question?
She would have done as much as she could, having seen this. Can I do it at the second level? I didn't say I did smite at the second
you
level.
pump as much smite into this
Okay.
as that little 9-year-old girl.
Anybody
can
have
do.
any D8s I can borrow?
I have
Yeah.
lots.
There's another one. There's 2.
Look at all
I
the
just need
D8s
one
I
more.
have.
One more
Okay.
D8.
Purple.
We're good to go.
Oh,
Love. Contribute.
drop there!
A lot of good ones here. 10, 18, 24, 25, 26, 27. That'll be 54 points of...
How do you want to do this?
You're not a lost boy, but you're not a never girl either. And let it loose.
The bolt goes flying through the air, and this woman just sort of looks incredulous, and that look of incredulousness is frozen on her face as this little ball bearing flies forward, and the last thing you see is this ball bearing hitting her in the head, and the ball bearing falls to the ground, and it's then that you all realize that these are not ordinary ball bearings. Imprinted on this woman's head at a staggering high velocity is a small chameleon. You see the small impression of karma push on her face and already beginning to bruise as she falls backward. And as she falls backwards, the actual Dole walks into the clearing, and he's like, "Y'all didn't fall for the fake me and the thing, right? Like that
It's
was
a cat.
Don't ever give
it was
up
a
the
cat.
thing. Don't." I'm gonna let them sleep this off because I'm worried that if I wake them up immediately. However, and he snaps his fingers, and Clip is like standing in the space, and she's like, "Wolves, wolves, wolves,
Fire.
Wow, I can't believe
There's a mushroom still on Singe.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, buddy. But he goes.
Am
the
I like
play-
at 1 hit point? Or
No.
it doesn't matter at this point, never mind.
No, you are at full.
Cool.
Actually, you are all at full.
Hey!
As the game of Keep Away ends, and you hear a crack. What kind of a
Hag.
what kind of cat are you?
It's, I don't know.
What what
Lion,
is the
cheetah,
fur? What is
leopard,
the?
Puma.
Have you thought about this?
Not particularly.
Would you mind if I make you a black cat?
I'm game for it.
Because as the egg cracks, you hear. As my two sons have been like, "She's a witch that lives in the woods." And I was like, "Yeah," and it's an egg in the fire, and they were like, "I was like, yeah." They're like, "Oh, witches have black cats, duh." And the egg cracks, and from the bag you see little black paws reach up to the thing, and you just see these beautiful little feline eyes peek out, and the smallest little black kitten is sitting on the edge of the bag, and you just sort of like looking about the space.
Eris just whispers, "Who dat cat?"
I touch the cat and say hello.
You sons of bitches! And then as you take your hand away, you just hear.
Hag?
I can't believe it took you this long. I left a potion recipe. Why would I do anything but to save my own self before? How dare you? I have great knowledge of many.
Do I hear this like
All we hear is the cat meowing.
Do I hear the screaming since I speak feline?
You don't. You just hear soft chitters. Like you hear soft chitters, but the soft chitters are translated into like
I will kill you.
It's just.
Why would it take you this long? The little girl had to do it. Like, you had to let the little girl.
God, Nana, I freaking tackled the stupid.
All right. Fine. Well, I guess I suppose you should leave me with them for a bit. I'll have to figure out some way for them to see this pressing invader, and I'll have to lend my expertise. So I'm very proud of you. And I have many books. You will be the new assistant to any of the Never boys that should need it, and anyone else that seeks your help. The house is yours. There are many secrets to be found within. Do you have any milk? Cream or anything?
Would I have that being
That's a black
Inner wineskin.
Yeah.
I need you to pour some in a bowl and then turn away, please.
Use the
I
egg.
have a mug.
Half the egg.
I'll just take a shell of it.
That's fine. Pour it in the mug.
Pour it in this mug, please.
Pour it in the mug.
It's very important that you know it's a cat mug.
It is not anymore.
The cat licks up some of the cream, and you all see the faint magic sort of snapping in as this from off in the distance, a pair of eyes just kind of sticks its head out from behind the tree, like looks at the cat, and then just very slowly.
Is that what you were talking about the entire time? Oh.
You have Sage. You have who is going to be joining you, and unless you're petting her, she is an ordinary black kitten. She will follow the group and do work independently. I've learned my lesson with you all in pets. She will feed herself. She will take care of herself, but she will not be too far away should you be seeking assistance in terms of the Arcana and things of that sort.
Is the Sage our version of Bartholomew?
Possibly. You got your own Bartholomew. Now
Yes!
take care of it, because she's an angry old biddy. With that, a small a portal opens up behind all of you, and he looks confused. Dole looks confused as he turns back, and you see a Dragonborn stepping out that you all recognize, and he goes, "How did it go?"
Daisy's going to draw her short sword and actually do a divine sacred weapon on it, and salute him with the short sword.
Oh.
She snaps to attention.
Yeah. And he salutes back and sort of looks back, and he's like, "We'll hold the fort down. I can't wait for you to hear all about it." And then as he kind of pushes Daisy off towards the portal, like Daisy salutes and goes back, and he was like, "I was watching the whole time. Can you believe it? She had him right in the square. That's amazing. I've never been more proud as a father. Tell me all about it, sweetie." She goes like walking back through the portal.
I can imagine that if Daisy lost like any more hit points, Baxter just showed up like, "Don't you dare!"
Nobody saw this. She did it.
Right. So Pax goes back through the portal. You guys all find yourselves back at the house. The loot is yours, including all of the gold, the 500 gold pieces that you guys won. Doing
Platinum
the
and
work.
a map?
The platinum and the map.
How much platinum was it?
It was 500 gold worth, so 50 platinum.
Yeah. So it's
cool.
You guys now have 1,000 gold to distribute amongst the group. Okay.
You know, it's never an even number for 6, is it?
I mean, that's all
it's
Cal
technically
earns.
5.
I mean, it's technically 5.
I mean, technically, Cal put up all 500 of his gold.
Yeah, that's right,
Des
yeah.
Bahai and Slowpoke are not here.
That's
and
true.
1,000
And you should get your 500 back.
1,000 splits into 5, or 5 splits into 5 pretty easily, I thought.
Okay.
We should probably find them.
They come. They were asleep downstairs. We all know this place has a case of narcolepsy.
Do we unfold the map?
Yes.
Yeah.
We end this episode with the people inside beginning to stir, and you see Dole standing out and almost forming a guard as he sends them out back into the wilderness. All of them still holding on to their injuries and the markings upon their face. Some of them a little fire singed, some of them with little marks of a chameleon upon their head. You see them all sort of going out into the evening and all sort of paying close attention to you and the markings that are now starting to pop up in the surrounding area surrounding what was once your grandmother's home, which is now your home, as a permanent resident of Neverland. Cass. So anytime you're able to come and join us, you will have more adventures to play. The map is unfolded. The map is somewhat large, and it displays not a specific area, but all of Neverland as a whole. It's old. It's faded. And there's little tiny dots moving all throughout the map, almost as if small ants are crawling about the surface of the map in correlation to the island itself. As you all bend over and look upon it, I imagine I can speak with fair confidence that Thistle will touch one of the little dots on the map, and a name pops up, Edwin Reynolds, and floats above the map. As you find essentially Neverland's version, which would belong to the Lost Boys, which has always been in the Lost Boys' care. Hi, Chaotic Calling, thank you so much for the raid! Woo! We're just passing out loot from our grand adventure tonight. I'm gonna fix that.
You all get 100 gold and 10 platinum. Just so you guys have that.
Thank you. Except
No,
500. We'll
it's all.
figure it out.
I get 500.
He gets his gold back, so it's just 10 platinum for everybody.
It's okay. We'll figure it out later.
Thank you guys so much, and thank you for the cookies. That's amazing. Yeah, you have a map, and as you look at the map, the little dots move about the map surface.
It's terrifying.
The map will take attunement to someone, so someone will have to voluntarily. Here's the deal with this version of the Marauders map for Neverland.
I can walk with bag, it's fine.
It is people that you have met. If you meet them, you can track them. But it is not every single living being on the island. It is people that you have met and that you can track. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
You look upon the map. You place your hands on the outer edge, and somebody instinctively thinks of Des Bahai and Slowpoke. Two little lights appear, two of the little dots, not too far away from where you are. As they begin to glow and just shine with a little bit of a glimmer on the map itself.
I put a hold on the map. I think of Fortunato.
Okay. The map lights up.
Cool.
Hi, everybody. We're having a great session. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you guys so much for the follows and stuff like that. Anybody want to think of anyone or use the map in any way?
Welcome
before we
to
put
my
it away?
planet.
I'll let everybody try to touch the map one time.
How to man.
Who?
Whatever his
Tentacle
tentacle faced man.
Okay.
Davy Jones.
Place your hand on the map.
Yes.
And you say Davy Jones. Nothing happens.
Good.
Okay, good. He's dead.
Okay. Thistle?
We exploded him.
Who would you look for?
Somebody else.
Check for
Cal?
Captain Randall, would you? No, I'm just kidding.
Cal, check for Captain Randall. Who are you looking for, buddy?
God.
You place your hand on the map.
Oh.
You said God, sorry. I was.
We know that the guy we met in the first episode was Hook.
Okay.
So, yeah. We're gonna keep track of Hook.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay. Before you do that, because this is a big one, and I didn't think anybody was going to do it, is there anybody that you would look for?
Pan.
Two big ones.
But I can wait. I can
Peter?
wait till next week. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Peter, I'll say this.
Okay.
We'll go for a twofer. You both put your hands on, you're not waiting for the other one to finish. You think of Peter. And as you think of Peter, you see the area you're in with a dot that's sort of like above.
Oh.
You tilt your head up to the sky, and like, sure enough, way, way up, there is a figure, almost like a bird from a great distance. If you're seeing it, it's just floating above the area. He's
way
just
up.
floating.
He's way up.
Yeah.
And I think, do you look up too?
And I think pan.
Dexterity save.
Oh, jeez.
How far up is he?
I would look.
He's way far up.
17
Okay.
plus 2, 19.
You take a few steps back as the globule of spit hits the spot you were standing Okay?
I stacked one of those.
Hook.
Hook.
That's what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 dots.
Okay.
Off the shore,
Mhm.
and a boat. You see the outline of the ship off in the distance.
Yep.
And you.
Cool. That answers what I needed to answer.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us and for raiding with us tonight. Thank you to our guest stars for jumping in at the last minute like that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Karina and Daisy,
Oh, yeah,
thank
he
you.
has his hook.
Karina, I hope you don't mind being a part of Neverland lore and coming in and just being a part of the mix and stuff like that. And Daisy, welcome to the game. We had this idea not too long ago, sitting at the kitchen table. He was like, "We should have packs," and I lowered him down. I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Or."
And a raid all set up.
We had a raid all set up. Stay tuned, gang. We're gonna go raid real quick. But we love you guys. Indigo Connect. And hey, are we ever gonna stop playing fun games? Never. Keep away. I cannot wait for the floor is lava.
Wait, no, I can't fly.
You guys are going to absolutely love that one.
I hate water.
It's gonna be amazing.